where Loshak at. The bottles getting empty up the crack and we stacking chips. All of it's what I want. Plus money winners, that's what I'm on. You can say I'm gone. I prefer elevated pub sports radio. Time to get educated, get produced. Leave the juice, letting loose with so much abuse that the bookies wanna call a truce. They getting slaughtered. Can't forget Jeff and low baggers in the chat. That's a lethal weapon 'cause we be pubbing.
Oh shit. Hold on. All right, we're here. Here we go. All right, running a little bit late today's show. That's okay. I look good. So that's one thing. I don't always look good, but today I look pretty good. Yeah, we got the NBA, NHL, college basketball. Welcome to Pub Sports Radio. My name is Peter Loshak. We do this every Tuesday. Hey Jose, I changed some of the lighting on my computer. Is that affecting my camera or just the screen? Do I look weird?
You look normal. You look good.
Okay.
You got your jacket on. You're feeling good.
I mean, I look cool. I look good. Today's card is an interesting one. We're going to talk about, college basketball, always very interesting. I got a few things that I did. I hit Bowling Green on the overnight. I hit Georgetown a little bit. I hit Wyoming a little bit. UNLV is kind of a crappy team ATS-wise, in my opinion. So we got some interesting stuff in today's show. We're going to cover big NHL card with Mr. Gokster. Always an interesting time in the NHL season when these huge dogs start winning game in and game out. That's so stressful, Jose Bouquett, because you're thinking like, God, should I jump in on this wave? And you just have this feeling like, whenever you make a big bet on a big dog that's been winning game in and game out, when you bet it, that's when they lose, right? But people like Mr. Gokster know when to bet it and not bet it, right? I think.
Yeah, no, I agree. But the mantra, Pete, it was born right in front of your eyes. We fade those minus 300s. So
yeah.
I know we're in the opposite side of the spectrums here, Pete.
No. Especially in NHL.
We know who you are, Pete.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Huh?
We know.
Let me just send a quick little text here, right? If you don't mind, can you take over for about 10 seconds, then I'll be back?
Sure. Let's actually bring on one Mr. Gokster to the show so we can talk to Mr. Gokster about the chell and such. Hi, Mr. Gokster. How you doing?
What's going on, Jose? How you doing tonight, bro?
I'm doing all right. It's kind of rainy and wet in San Antonio. Was planning on playing a little bit par 3 today, but that's not happening.
You're getting all ready for that tournament, aren't you?
I am, yeah. I also have a meeting about that tournament today. Thank you for mentioning that tournament because, like Gokster mentioned, Pubapalooza II officially announced. Pubapalooza II, March 24th to the 26th. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, quick weekend trip. Apologies if you guys don't think we gave you guys or there's not enough notice, but it all came together right now. And it's going to be a lot of fun. March, end of March. March is going to be really busy for me, so it's going to be fun. Friday, ideally Friday. I'm talking to the UFC, not the UFC. I'm talking to the golf people today. So we can solidify all these details. So Friday, hopefully afternoon golf tournament. So definitely, like I've told everyone that's talked to me about it, come on Thursday. So you can be a part of all of the Friday events. Friday, par 3, little poker tournament, nightcap. Saturday, the UFC tournament. Maybe a little extras after. Hint, hint. We know what I've done in the past, a little commentating, but we'll talk about that hopefully later. And then on Sunday night to wind it down, some horse racing at our friends at Retama. A whole lot of fun for us there as well. So shout out to Pubapalooza II. It's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Okay, yes. I'm back. I'm going to try to make that, Jose. It sounds like a lot of fun. I think you never know what
I don't believe you.
I am.
Come on, Pete.
On this so many times, Pete.
You said it.
You told me, and you hurt my feelings.
Wow.
It's like the boy who called. You're like the dad that left from a carton of smokes and a cigarette. Whatever. You got the milk and the cigarettes. I don't believe you're ever going to come back now.
This is like when you have a girlfriend and you cheated on, and you're like, I'm never going to cheat on you again, and she just doesn't believe you, and you can't believe it. But then you think about it for a second, you're like, of course she doesn't believe me. Why would she believe me? I hear you, Jose Bouquett. I hear you. Why would you believe me that I'm going to come to Pubapalooza this year? You know what I mean?
There's a damn good reason for you this year. 3 days.
Prove it. if you're not going to cheat on her for this next year, prove it. After the year is over, then she'll believe you, but not before. I hear you. Oh, man. All right, let's just quickly glance at the comment section and see if anyone is shout out to Lucas Ryan, Chris Comatini. Yeah, there's going to be a poker tournament, Jose Bouquett.
Yes, there's going to be a poker
Come on, Pete.
tournament.
Come on.
Poker
In the horse track and UFC. Oh,
Yep. You're going to watch people beat each other up. And then, like I said, maybe after you'll watch some other type of people beat each other up.
especially when it's snowing in late March and you're like, God damn it, I hate this New York weather. And then we go down to San Antonio and it's nice and like 25.
Yeah, it's going to
be. I hear you. Wow, we got everyone in the comment section. Sammy Comer, Rocco Rogers, Mike M. Shout out Mike M. Serious Business, Nutflush Allen, man. Nutflush Allen. Just an impressive dude. I'm not even going to say it. Thank you so much, Nutflush Allen, for everything you do, for posting all those NHL team totals. If you got anything on today's card, please post in the comment section. Nutflush Allen, Sammy Comer, Gary Tenebra, everyone. We got everyone. Serious Business, Mike M, Rocco Rogers, Swiss Horton, RVD 420, Sammy Comer, Chris Comatini. I don't care if I'm repeating names. Lucas Ryan, Swiss Horton. I'm going to bring a Helga for Loshak. Oh, now you're teasing me. Now I'll believe it. I'll believe that when I see it. I'm not going to believe it. Thank you, Swiss Horton.
Shout out to you. I had Swiss Chalet last night, so shout out to you, Swiss.
Hell yeah. All right. Go ahead.
Chicken combo, rotisserie chicken there with a nice chicken noodle soup there. Shout out to Babano. And she was good.
That's what you get at Swiss. Interesting. I didn't.
They're known for their chicken, rotisserie chicken. Swiss can tell you, they put it in there, let her soak right up, and just tender. So the thing is, they ran out of white meat though. I go in there. She says, "Oh, someone bought all the white meat." I go, "God!" So I had to have two pieces of dark meat, but really good stuff. Yeah, Swiss Horton represent, brother. I like it.
But Pete, I really do hope you come. It will be a lot of fun if you do come. I'm sure Nutflush will be there. Lucas Ryan even says if Pete comes, I'm coming. As simple as that. He'll buy his plane ticket today.
Yeah. I'll click the button right now, Pete. If you're going, I'll click. I'm a click away.
Oh, it's going to be – I think it's going to be fun. The last time was fun, right? There was a poker tournament. What's the poker – is it a buy-in? What's the poker tournament?
Yeah, so there'll be a buy-in as well. We all put in – I forgot what it was last time.
100 or 200. I put in 100. I don't want to brag here, but I'm going to brag. Cleaned up day 2, Pete, so –
Day 2, yeah. It was a whole lot of fun. Yeah, Ski, I believe, was a part of the winners from it last time. I don't remember exactly.
Nasty Nate. Shout out to Nasty Nate. I believe he did well, too.
Yep, Nasty Nate. And, Pete, here's a guarantee, Pete.
Yeah.
If you come, I'll pick you up at the airport.
Oh, great. And I also don't think I've forgotten about the steak I owe you, which we can settle down there at some point. If not, we'll settle it some other time. But
Pete, don't you worry, because I owe about 5 to 10 people steaks. And hopefully they're all coming down. So this might be my steak apocalypse that weekend. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. And especially because I'm gonna be broke as shit coming off the Baseball World Classic too. So let's go.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good. No, I mean, the only reason I really want to pay off that steak debt is just so that I can make the joke when we're at a restaurant asking the waiter to give you the cheapest steak that still counts as a steak that they got back there. And that's why I want to do it. It's worth it for that joke. All right. Yeah. Mike M says someone owes Jose a steak. Yeah, that's me. That's me, really. Baby. Jose did a little bit of research the one day that we were going up against each other, and I think I picked Providence because and Jose was like they were the luckiest team in college basketball. He picked against them. It was close though. It was not a blowout. It was like by a 1-point loss, but Jose won. A bet's a bet. Fair is fair. I get a joke out of it anyway, so it's all good, right, Jose?
Yeah, and Jimmy owes me 2 steaks, soon to be 3, hopefully. So. Yeah, shout out to the Bruins.
You rebounded on the old steak game here.
Well, I owe everyone else. I owe literally everyone on the Daily Sash. Shout out to them. I owe all of them a steak. And there is big talk about being having an infused dinner with all of them. So shout out to them as well. They're the best edible business out there. So
Nutflush Allen says Kristen has a few lined up for you on your next trip. On our next trip to Vegas. Man, Kristen said I'm the Kramer of pub sports radio, but it's true though. Damn it! I don't.
Mikey and Kristen.
I mean, you got to be who you are in life, but sometimes it's just tough to accept who you actually. Oh, it's okay. I don't want to be Kramer, but if I am, I am. What the hell? What the hell? Who cares? Who cares? Shout out to Kristen Allen. Shout out to Kristen Nutflush Allen out there for nailing me on the Kramer label. All right. You want to get into the games today?
Let's do it.
Might as
Let's
well, right?
go.
I'm itching.
All right, looking around, getting all my ducks in order. That was so much fun. The intro of this show. Now let's get. All right, you ready? You ready, Mr. Gokster?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's dig in. First game on the NHL card. We got it. A plus 300 dog and a home dog to boot. A home dog to boot. And here we go. Right? Montreal beat Toronto last game as a plus 300 dog. They've won 5 of 8. And most of those games, they were plus 200 dog, plus 300 dog. Now, once again, now my sense is, in my experience with these kinds of teams is that you do want to bet on them game in and game out as a huge dog, except for the games where they're going up against the absolute elite teams of the NHL and elite teams. I have some things that I look for, especially in second halves in like college basketball and NBA, where my take on those things that I look for is actually reversed when an elite team is involved. So elite teams are kind of a special deal in sports, and that, of course, is what Boston is. So I'm not auto betting Montreal here as a huge home dog. What do you think, Gokster? Is there value here?
Yeah, well, Boston's like by far the best team in the league. It's not even really close. My opinion there, Pete. The goaltending situation. This goalie's had, I believe, 25 wins. He's broke the record for the most amount of wins at this point in time in the season. So Boston's just on another level than all these hockey teams. So what I had written down, I don't have any action on this game. I would probably throw Boston a moneyline parlay if you guys really wanted to. I don't see Montreal winning, Pete. Reason being, Caulfield. As you guys know, all Montreal fans know, Cole Caulfield, their sniper, he's out, Pete. Along with Monahan, Drouin, Sladkovsky, Armia, Evans. They have a lot of offense that's not in their lineup right now. So that's going to be a problem for Montreal here, guys. You're looking at Boston. Their defense is unbelievable. With McAvoy, if you saw the game there, guys, Sunday, McAvoy, Pete, defenseman, split the D, flipped the puck, went backhand, forehand on the goalie there. Unbelievable goal. You would have thought he was a left winger. They're just such a deep hockey team with Lindholm too on their back end. It's just they're too good defensively. So Montreal team total under 2. I think it was minus 105 last night. I checked it, guys. That's where I would be leaning. Even Boston on the puck line, I saw it minus 125. It's probably a little more than that right now, but I just have a hard time. These guys are coming off San Jose, I believe, Boston. So it's not like I don't know. I don't think it's going to be not very easy, but very tough for Montreal. If you're looking at what they've allowed, Pete, Philadelphia 0, Islanders 1, Rangers 1, San Jose 0, and you got Montreal that's extremely banged up offensively. So, and power play stats, you got 10% and 12% power play going up against 91% and 96% penalty kill in Boston. That's since December 1st, Pete, home run split and last 10 games. So I don't have any action, but I'd even be leaning towards even a Boston. I have written down here, guys, Boston in the under 6.5 at plus 125. I don't know if this is Boston doesn't need to win this game like 5-3. It's not going to be that type of game. I see like a 4-1, 3-1, maybe 3-2 at the closest. But I think Boston, just too many injuries for Montreal right now. Give me I have no action, but I would be leaning towards Boston in the under 6.5.
All right. I don't have, as of right now, the money stuff from that one site we look at, but I have some stuff from another site. Clearly, the big bets are all coming in on Montreal as of right now, which is not a surprise. But the fact that the line has moved in Boston's favor is an indication that those big bets are not necessarily the sharpest of the sharp, although they're certainly respectable. The line has moved even further in Boston's favor since I checked it this morning, and certainly since the overnight. I didn't look at the overnight, so I was busy last night, but I have the stuff. Even from this morning, line has moved in Boston's favor. So I can't pull the trigger on Boston here myself. But yeah, so you think so what's your play again, Gogi, officially?
You know what? I did have a play, but more I'm looking at this. Montreal, Pete, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the last 5 have gone under. Boston last 3 games have gone under. I just don't see this game being a high scoring game. I really don't. Montreal's, if they get on the power play, they're not going to score. I really don't see them scoring. So I'm going to take Boston in the under 6.5 plus 125. Pete. Yeah, that's what I'm going to take. It's a correlated bet at one of these books. You can probably still do the money line and the under 6.5 at other books, but the one I found here, Pete, under 6.5, Boston plus 125. Boston's going to win this game, and I really don't see it being Montreal don't have the offense to keep up with Boston, and Boston, the way they move the puck, it's almost scary how good it is, Pete. Like, and their positioning, they know where each other is. Like, it's really going to be tough. Like, you know what, Boston on the puck line probably does make some sense too.
Wait, so what's your official play? You said under 6.5. What?
Under 6.5 in Boston on the money line. It's
okay, a parlay, yeah. Because I'm looking at this, it does look like you know, the bigger bets are all coming in on the under, and I'm thinking, I think you might be right. The Canadians team total under and the under on the game might be worth a play, but the Canadians it's 2.5 minus 171 at Pinnacle. That's such
I think this is the one. I'm taking Boston Bruins to win and the under 6.5 goals. It's now plus 115, so that's the current line. I'm going to take that Boston Bruins to win and the under 6.5 plus 115.
That's a really great look there, Mr. Gogster. I guess they could win 5-2 or something like that, but
that's the worst case scenario. That's the worst case scenario right there, is if they get like 5 goals. But I don't see that happening. Montreal has actually been playing okay defensively. Montembeault at home, he's 3-2 with a .922 save percentage. That's impressive at home. Smaller sample size, but I'll take this one. I wasn't going originally, but more we're talking about it. I think it's the penalty kill for Boston, it's not going to change. I really don't see, if Montreal gets a power play goal, it will be a little bit in jeopardy, but I don't see that happening.
All right, you know what? I'm going to make an official play as well. I'm just going to take the under at 6.5 minus 141. That's the current line of Pinnacle. 6.5 minus 141. There's a lot of good money coming in on the under that I'm seeing here. Sharp action and the bigger bets on the under. And I think that's probably the way to go. I'm going to take 6.5 minus 141. And And what do you think about how do these teams usually start? Any sense on that? Is like low scoring, or does it get lethargic as the game goes on?
Well, Boston just makes it extremely tough to score on. Like, it's not easy to score against Boston. You got Marchand coming back. He's from Halifax too, so this is the closest he is to his hometown. Same with their captain. How am I missing this? Bergeron. He's their captain. He's from Montreal too. So this is. I don't see this being a high scoring game. I really don't, guys. The injuries I keep going over. Penalty kill for Boston. The way they pass the puck, I watched them on Sunday, and it was San Jose, but Montreal and San Jose are kind of in the same category. So, and they didn't even score once. Allmark had a shutout, so going to be tough for Montreal.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna move on. I'm looking at like the Anaheim game, which is very high scoring, but I'm thinking about the first period under as well. But maybe I should hold off on that because it could be 3-0 after the first period, right?
Yeah, or even 2-0, and then they just kind of sit on that lead and just kind of maybe 4-1 final, 4-2 at worst.
Okay, I'm going to take that. Let's look at the comments section here, see what anyone has to say. Rocco Rogers likes the team total over on the Boston money line. Mike M says under is the play. All right, I took the under officially for sure. Lucas Ryan says look at Boston props. Okay. Let me see. I'm looking at it. Shout out to Die Hard MMA podcast. Oh no, Chris DeJude said my birthday pick was Sunday. Can I get a Peter Loshak birthday pick? Yes, of course. I am officially allowed to decline birthday pick requests if it's not the actual day of, but that's just something I'm allowed to do, and I won't. Yes, Chris DeJude to me. I will definitely. Chris DeJude, I will definitely give you a birthday pick, but it's going to have to come at the end of the show because I have to think and stress out about it the entire. Let me see. And not flush out on these big dogs. I find most value in the big dogs first period. They give what they can early, but talent takes over. Yes, 100%. You see that in all sports. All right, let's move on, Mr. Gokster. Florida Pitt. Florida's on a back-to-back, lost at the Rangers yesterday, but before that, they had been winning, right? The 7 out of 10. And Pittsburgh off an OT loss at New Jersey, not on a back-to-back, but in general, kind of 50-50-ish, not particularly impressive. And Bobrovsky, I'm assuming, will be in net for Florida, right? And maybe is it a 4-goal night for the Pens here? I'm not exactly sure. Pittsburgh is a modest favorite here at home.
Yeah, this is I don't know exactly who's going to be in net either, because I have written down, actually, I'm just trying to bring up the beat writer. I have written down Knight could be his first game back here, Pete. Mm-hmm. So that's very interesting. See if there's any update here. Duclair is closing in on a return, so that's really good. Once they get Duclair back, guys, Anthony Duclair, that's really going to help the team. with an assist from and Patrick Hornquist as well. I'm just trying to find some goalie information because that's big here. Spencer Knight or Bobrovsky. Only thing with Spencer Knight, Pete, he's 2-4 on the road with a .887 save percentage, 3.74 goals against. It'll be his first start since January 8th, where he got lit up for 4 against Dallas. Pittsburgh coming off the loss. Yari looked really good too in his first game back against Ottawa, 44 saves out of 45, and then had the loss 23 of 25 against a good Devils team that's playing good. So on a back-to-back, they probably came into Pittsburgh at 3-4 in the morning. I don't like Florida here, to be honest. Their power play has been really good though, 43% guys in the last 10 games. Injuries to Bennett and Stahl, Pete. I have them day to day. So if anyone else in the chat can confirm that, yeah, Mike M has Knight projected, and Yari is the first goalie off the ice. Yeah, I expect Yari. But yeah, in this game, guys, where I'm going to lean towards is I think with Bennett and Stahl being out, and then Ruda and Kapanen are also out for Pittsburgh. Oh, I'm bloated up here. Sorry, guys. The coffee's
that's okay.
Not going down well. Bennett and Stahl out for Florida, and then Ruda and Kapanen for Pittsburgh. Those injuries to Bennett and Stahl are definitely more important than I would say Ruda and Kapanen. So I'm actually going to take a 3-way here on Pittsburgh. On Pittsburgh here, Pete. I'm going to take them at +110. I have written down. See what the current line is now, but that's where I'm leaning towards. They're coming off that loss. The big thing for me, I guess, would be Yari looked really good, 44-45. I think this is a good bounce back game for him on a team on a back-to-back that's, missing Bennett, he's a centerman. He's an important piece. Same with Stahl. 76% penalty kill. Both penalty kills have not been the greatest, but Pittsburgh at home off a loss. They are 9-2-2 also, Pete, at home. So they're a really good home team. This is since December 1st at home. I think they bounce back here. I'm going to take it at +110. Pittsburgh in regulation, guys.
Yeah, it does seem like a Pittsburgh spot to me. That's what I was thinking about, but they're just in general a pretty mediocre team. And then Florida, has been winning and coming off a loss, but that none of that worries you, huh?
Yeah, they're a really good home team. I'm just looking here at their record here, Pete. They had a loss 4-1 to Winnipeg at home. That's a strong Winnipeg team there. But then beat Ottawa, beat Anaheim. That's a little weaker. Beat Vancouver, another weak team actually. Lost to New Jersey going back farther. Lost to Detroit. I guess more so here for me, it's the back-to-back. The situation here for Florida, they've played a lot. They played a lot of hockey in, let's see here, Pete, in 2 weeks. They've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will be their 8th game in 2 weeks. 8 games in 14 days. That's a lot of hockey for Florida here. And they had to go, let's see, at Buffalo, at Toronto, at Montreal, back home to Minnesota, back to at the Rangers. Now they're on a back-to-back at Pittsburgh. It just doesn't seem like a spot for Florida. They don't know who their goalie is going to be here either. I expect it to be Knight, like Mike M was saying, but tough 2-1 loss last game out for Pittsburgh. I expect a bounce back for Yari, who's they're about to go to the All-Star break too coming up here. I think they're going to finish strong. So give me Pittsburgh, guys, +110. I think they get it done regulation.
All right, that's what I was thinking. It looks like the nothing particularly sharp as of right now, but the bets are coming in as of right now on Pittsburgh and on the over, which is what I was thinking about. I was thinking about 4-goal night for 4-goal evening for the Pens here.
Yeah, that's a great point from Rocco Rogers there. Bring that up there. 0-5 off back-to-back. So that's another thing in my favor there, Pete. I think this line is a little bit low for Pittsburgh. I get it. They haven't been playing good hockey, but they are 9-2-2. I have here since December 1st at home with 28% power play, good penalty kill. Yeah, give me Pittsburgh in a low-scoring game.
Okay, so you like the under then. All right. I would be leaning Pittsburgh as well, but I'm just going to hold off just for now, although that is probably I'm sorry, go ahead.
Jay Vegas says Getzel to score. I don't mind that. NHL stats. I don't have his numbers of late, but you got to like Getzel on that line. He's probably their best sniper goal scorer out there, right, brother? So, yeah, I like that.
So Pittsburgh's mediocrity of late doesn't really bother you that much.
The situation with Florida here on the back-to-back and as many games as they've played, missing Bennett and Stahl, and not knowing who their goaltender, if it's going to be Knight after 2 weeks, and then Bobrovsky, who's just bad, especially on the road. So
I hear you. All right, I'm going to hold off. I'm just looking, it's just like they struggled to beat Anaheim, blown out by Winnipeg, struggled to beat Vancouver, who's a crappy team. So, all right, I'm going to hold off, but I sincerely hope you cash. Right, let's move on, Mr. Gokster. LA and Philly. This is an interesting one. LA, eked out a win at Chicago as a big road favorite in their last game, but they had lost 3 in a row before that. And Philly, of course, they've been winning game in and game out. Now they're kind of alternating wins and losses. They're off a loss here and a home dog. Is something wrong with LA at the moment? And is Philly maybe an okay play as a dog here?
Yeah, I got to play in this game, and it is on Philly. I'm not taking the full game, though, Pete. I'm going to take the first period on Philadelphia here. It's going to be plus 110. Philadelphia is 6-3-1 at home, guys, in the first period, last 10. So I do like that. They're playing much better hockey. They're pretty much healthy, too, compared to this LA Kings team. They're missing Velarde. First name slipped my mind, but Velarde, he's going to be day-to-day. You guys all know he's a key specialist on the power play. More Kyliev, and then Grundstrom. So they're missing some guys on their offensive end right now. I think that's going to affect their offense, and I believe it has been actually. Put down the coffee there. Let's just take a quick look here. Yeah, they've scored 2-0, 3-2. They're not scoring as much. Philadelphia, too, coming off a loss to a great hockey team. 5-3 loss to Winnipeg. That was a back-to-back. I think they're going to I think Philadelphia here, guys, I do like them in the first period. Goaltending situation, Copley, he has been really good, but .895 save percentage on the road. He's much better at home. His save percentage at home is like 9.3. I'm going to take Hart. He was 30 of 31 against Detroit, 25 of 28 against Chicago. He's been really Jekyll and Hyde this year, Pete. That's why I don't trust the full game. I do think, I lean towards Philadelphia full game, but I think the first period is where I want to look at it. I'm getting plus 110 at worst. What we got to push 0-0-1-1, but I like Philly early here, Pete. Plus 110.
Okay, that sounds good, Mr. Gokster. I have some bad news for you. Sometimes life is good news, sometimes it's bad news. I do have the money reports from that site that we always go to, so I'm going to be asking you to predict which side has line value according to this site that we look at, Mr. Gokster. We'll see how you do this week. You ready for it, Gogi?
Let's do it.
Okay, and let me just quickly review the other games that we looked at. Florida and Pittsburgh, nothing according to the site that we look at. LA and Philly, a very teeny sliver of line value on LA as of right now, but that could flip. And all of the bigger bets are definitely coming in on LA. And Boston, Montreal, no surprise there. Despite the massive favorite line, a very small amount of line value on Boston according to this site we look at. And again, as I mentioned, the big bets coming in on the under in that one. 20% of the tickets on the under in Boston, Montreal, and 90% of the cash in Boston, Montreal. So there we go. And looking at the rest of the card, Mr. Gokster, there are 2 games that we haven't covered yet that have half line value or more. So we'll see if you can guess which side has line value in those 2 games. All right. So what? I'm sorry. What's your official play in this one in LA, Philly?
First period on the Philadelphia money line. And let's bring up Mikey M's comment here. Kings just broke out of the 3-game losing streak to Chicago. It's a great trap spot here for how much effort does the Kings put in tonight. And then one thing about the Kings, too, and Chicago, I know they've been playing 2-1. I think for like their last 3 games, they've finished 2-1, 2-1, 2-1. I know I was on the losing end of one of them, but I almost want to say they don't take the Chicago as serious as they should. But in this game, with the injuries are what kind of are standing out to me, Pete. And when you have this many games in a row that they're playing close to the All-Star break, LA's played, back-to-back. They actually haven't been that bad. They played the 19th, 21st, and the 22nd, and then the 14th before that. So it's not too bad of a schedule for them. Worse, actually, for Philadelphia. So I guess that's why I'm a little worried for Philly late. But I'm going to take – I think early on they bounce back here at home in the first period, 6-3-1, 2 last 10. And, Mikey M's comments is also in our favor. And the line's dropped, I believe, Pete. I'm seeing the line's dropped here. So
let me which one? Which line is dropped?
Philadelphia there. I think it was came in or at least LA was minus 143. I'm seeing minus 130 at a book now. So
yeah, I didn't look. I didn't have time to look at the overnight lines in the morning. It was Philly at like around plus 115 or so. Yeah, now it's down to like plus 110 or so. I think you got a great read on this one, Mr. Gokster. Do you mind if I tail you as an official play for myself?
By all means, Pete, it'd be an honor.
You'd be an honor? Okay, then I'm going to do it. I'm seeing plus 104 at Pinnacle. Let me just quickly.
Fucking Gokster. Pete, I tell Gokster, and he yells at me not to tell at him, and you can tell him no fucking problem. What a dickhead.
It's an honor. You haven't earned it yet, Jose Bouquett. It's, when you tell people like Jose Bouquett is tailing me, is that an honor? People like, not really. Just some dude tailing me,
Listen, the fact Jose's into golf right now, like, Jose, you're my fucking guy right now. But we're gonna go to the golf course. We're gonna get after it, right? Like, forget about the hockey slander. Let's get back to the hockey picks. But yeah.
All right, I think you're right. Heritage has 105 plus 105 for the first period money line. I'm gonna take it. I'm just always a little bit worried about the Philly because of the coach, because he yells a lot. Sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. But they should be able to at least start off the game with some life, right here, right.
Yeah, they have Crew at 6-3-1 their last 10, and they're coming off that loss to who was it? It was to Winnipeg, a good Winnipeg team, 5-3. So. Yeah, I do think so. And then, like Mikey M said, that 1 win, 2-1. I'm not a big fan of LA without their key players right now. They're missing some key guys. So, give me Philadelphia.
Okay, I'll take it. Shout out to Leonard Porch Jr., Georgia in Vegas. Nutflesh says, Pete, what numbers can you get on both teams? What's he talking about? Like both teams scoring the first? Is that what he's saying?
Both teams. Expand on that a little bit, Mikey.
He speaks in riddles. All right, Spencer Penyej. Shout out Spencer Penyej. Yeah, wow. And Mike M with another great comment. He's talking about team totals?
Both team total unders on Philly, or I would be leaning a little more to the under in this game with Copley and Harden with the injuries to LA. I would lean to the under in that one.
Yeah, LA is 3.5 minus 142. Are they going to put up 4 goals here?
Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath on that. No, I'm going to just bring up quickly here just to see the impact of these players. For let's see, Kempe, Fiala, Deneau, those are their main 3 right there. But then other than those 3, let me get the road stats here. Kopitar still, Jersey, Lizotte, Arvidsson, Kempe. So they actually still follow. Then there's Velarde. There's their offense. This is still a good hockey team. Mm-hmm. That's why the full game makes me a little bit nervous, Pete.
Right. I hear you. All right, I'll just take the first period along with you, Mr. Gokster, and now let's move on. Minnesota and Tampa Bay. This is an interesting one, right? Minnesota on a road trip. They lost their last 2, kind of 50-50-ish overall right now. Tampa Bay back from their road trip. They lost the last 2 games of their trip, won their first 3, and I don't know. Minnesota seems very vulnerable on defense, and Tampa Bay, of course, has been putting up goals game in and game out. Even when they lose, they put up 3. And but they're coming back now. How well is Vasilevsky likely to do here? I was thinking maybe Minnesota first period. And is this a spot where Minnesota can maybe get it together a little bit defensively, or will they be vulnerable once again on defense? What do you think?
Yeah, well, they're a pretty healthy hockey team, which does help. But Fleury coming off that loss, 5 goals against Carolina, Pete. Then he was good against Arizona, 27 of 28. That was all the way back on January the 14th. And then January the 19th. He's had, 5 days to stew on that 5-goal performance, that loss. So, and then you got on the other side, Vasilevsky. He's coming off 2 losses, Pete. That's never a time. You don't want to be fading Vasilevsky off 2 losses. And he's coming back home. He lost to Edmonton and Calgary. Allowed 4. He allowed 4 twice. So this is more I'm talking about, the more I'm kind of leaning towards. I think you guys can guess where I'm going with this. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take no goal in the first 9 minutes. I'm going to take full game under 6.5, minus 120. I don't see this game being both teams completely healthy. They're both hard-hitting hockey teams. They like to clog up the neutral zone defensively. I don't mind each team. Power plays are penalty kill 79%, 78% for Minnesota, a little bit weaker, but 93% for Tampa Bay, Pete, at home. 10-1 since December the 1st. Minnesota completely healthy here. The only worry would be, I guess, this Fleury gets lit up again, but I really just see Fleury bouncing back from that 5-goal. He just got shellacked against Carolina, and that was on January 19th. Anytime I find I have a goalie that's just got lit up for 5 goals and he's been off for 5 days now, I doubt he gets just, it's a tough game in Tampa Bay, and he knows Vasilevsky's in the other side, on the other crease, on the other end of the ice. So this should be a tighter game in my opinion. So I'm going to take no goal first 9 minutes plus 100 in the full game under 6.5, Pete, minus 120. I'm not sure who wins this game. I think it's going to be a tight game.
We can give you minus 115 from Pinnacle. And you know what? I'm just glancing these comments and wow, see, Nutflush Allen, yeah. Well, I'm sorry to go back to that game, but Mike M said, no way, not with Carter in net, referring to my question, is LA going to put up 4? And then Nutflush Allen is saying that number is telling you something. Yeah, well, we want to know what it is, Nutflush. It's like if you have a book of Chinese writing in it, it's trying to tell you something, but if you can't read Chinese, who cares? I don't know. Yeah, is it telling us to take the LA under? Because that's what I'm thinking. I think I'm going to add on that as an official play, Mr. Gokster. LA Kings team total under 3.5, just minus 135 at Heritage, right?
Yeah. All right. That makes sense, Pete. 2.8 goals for LA Kings since December 1st. I have here, and also the penalty kill for Philadelphia is 82% and 85%. So anytime I got above 80, I like that. Because the Kings do have a good power play, but it's missing Velarde, Kaliev, and even Grundstrom. But Kaliev and Velarde are 2 big pieces. Velarde's day-to-day, so he could go, but I'm expecting him not to go here. So it's going to be tough.
Right. Leonard Porsche, you're saying, I thought Mike was thinking the other way, and that's what Nutflush is saying. He's saying with Hart and net and the Kings total set at that number, something's fishy. I'll work on the game and we'll have a play on it. All right. I'll go with it. And if it winds up being, the wrong side, I'll just hedge out, closer to the puck drop.
I like that play. I do.
Yeah, I'll take it for now. All right. And for the Tampa Bay game, nothing for you?
I can read Chinese, Mikey. Yeah, no, I got the under 6.
I can do everything.
I got the under 6.5 pistol, minus 120.
Oh, right.
And no goal on 9.
Can he go to a poker table and get beer money? Yes. Can he read Chinese? Yes. Can he suss out line value on NHL team totals? Yes. Yeah. Yes, he can.
Mike. Like it wasn't like Dosaki's guy is Mike, or not Mike. Yeah. Sorry, he's not Flush Allen.
Man, I want to take the under here too, but it just makes me very, very nervous just because Minnesota seems so vulnerable defensively. The money, 80% of the tickets and 90% of the cash on the over. That's just as of right now. The bigger bet's definitely coming in on Tampa Bay, but no line value according to the site we look at. I guess I'm just going to hold off for now on this one.
And a good point, Maximilian. That's what I think. Vasilevsky's coming off those 2 bad performances here on the road, and then even Fleury, guys. I kept saying it. Last time he played was on the 19th, and he got laid up for 5 goals against Carolina. He's not as good as Vasilevsky, obviously, but he's a guy that's got a lot of character, a lot of game. He knows how good Vasilevsky is on the other side of the crease, as I already said. So, yeah, it's 3-2, tight game.
Okay. But sometimes these goalies who have big names and then they give up, you have a bunch of bad games in a row and they give up a bunch of goals, they're like, oh, well, they're going to be pissed that they sucked in those games. They're going to come back. But sometimes it's just that they suck now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I guess, that's a good point. But when you look at the bigger sample size here from Vasilevsky, Pete, he's 8-1 at home with a .932 save percentage and a 2.21 goals against. So he's damn good. He's lost once since December 1st. His save percentage is really good. He's coming off 2 losses to 2 good hockey teams on the road too. He's a much better home goalie. He has been his whole career. So, yeah.
All right, gosh, that under is very, 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 very friggin' tempting, man. I might tail it with you, but as of right now, I'm going to hold off as far as an official play. Now let's move on. San Jose, Detroit. One of these games, who knows? 2 awful teams, mostly losing game in and game out. And then you got the home team as a decent sized favorite. The first glance thought on this is, isn't it roughly a coin flip? And maybe the dog has a little bit of value. What do you think?
Yeah, this Detroit team's been just kind of a disappointment this year. Even Veal Huso, I thought I would get a little more better performance out of Veal, but the 4-0 loss here, I'm going to go right back to the last game for San Jose. That 4-0 loss to Boston, Pete. That's the toughest team you could play, especially on the road. And it was a back-to-back. So that was a no-brainer play right there with Boston. Detroit here, let's see, last time they played was on the 21st. So they haven't this team's well rested, but the defense for Detroit is much easier to slice through than it is the Boston defense. So I have some question marks on the overs, but that's where I think I'm going to go here. I am going to go that way, actually. I'm going to take just the one play here. I'm going to take both teams to score, Pete, in the first period in this game. The 4-0 loss, I'm expecting them to come back. San Jose strong. Carlson's been unbelievable on the back end for them. Expect him to get a point here. I'm going to take both teams to score here in the first period. Defensively, just not the greatest. Goaltending-wise, too. Reimer's 0-4-1 on the road. Hasn't had a win all year. 3-7 for Huso at home. Yeah, goaltending's kind of weak here. And situation for San Jose, they should be able to bounce back. They should score here.
All right,
score first period.
Glancing at the money, it's what you might expect. The bigger bets coming in on San Jose, 40% of the bets and 90% of the cash on San Jose, but only a teeny sliver of line value on San Jose, though. So that's probably what I would have guessed if I, but not bet into it. More of the bets coming in on the over, but nothing particularly noteworthy there. And I think I'm just gonna pass on this one. No comments coming in on this game either. I'm sorry?
It should be a goal fest, Pete. More I'm thinking about it, really should. But the competition here for San Jose, the injury-wise, let me quickly go over some injuries. Just Bertuzzi. So there's one for you right there. Bertuzzi for Detroit does not help the situation. But Benning and then
hold on a second.
What we got going on here, Pete?
Go ahead. Okay.
I'm going to lean to score. I want to take almost the full game over 6.5 because as this game goes on, sloppy play, goaltender, it just seems like an ugly hockey game compared to that Minnesota Tampa Bay game where I think it's gonna be a lot tighter. This one should be goals. So I'm gonna take the first period, both teams to score, and I wouldn't talk anybody off the full game over.
Okay, I'm gonna pass on this one, Mr. Gokster. Let's move on. All right.
Do it.
All right, Vegas and New Jersey, you follow NHL game in and game out very closely, so maybe you can answer the questions surrounding this game. Vegas, of course, lost as a big road favorite at Arizona, lost 4 out of the last 5. And New Jersey, we remember earlier in the year, they were winning game in and game out. Then, of course, that run of extreme hotness came to an end. Now, though, they've won 6 out of their last 7. So maybe, is this a no-brainer play? New Jersey streaking again, something maybe fundamentally a little bit off with Vegas, and take New Jersey here, no-brainer once again?
Yeah, no-brainer. Yeah, I always get a little nervous with the no-brainer plays. But yeah, that's what I had circled down. I actually circled I usually circle one game on the overnight, and this was the one I circled. The Devils. The injuries right now, Carrier, Theodore, Stone, who's day-to-day, Howden, and then Whitecloud. They're missing some key guys on defense, and then Stone, Carrier. Marino's the only guy out for the Devils. For the Devils. So, and the way they've been playing, at home, though, Pete, this is it's funny because, guys, this team is so good on the road. So good. Mark it down in your calendars. They're Devils on the road, bet them. It's just when they're at home here, 4-7 at home, 3 goals for, 3.3 goals against. Their power plays 15%, Pete, 65% penalty kill. The numbers, the wrong game there, guys. My apologies. So many numbers. 25% power play. That's a lot better for the Devils. 83% penalty kill. I like that a lot better. It's just the last 10 games, 25%, 74. Been on the road. Vegas defensively, 87% penalty kill. But looking at the goaltenders, that's what I love to look at here. Thompson, he played on the 22nd and the 21st. So this would be his, third game in 4 nights. There's a possibility that Thompson doesn't go here, Pete, actually. I just want to take a quick look, guys, to see who Vegas plays. Yeah, they don't play again, though, until Friday. So that helps the situation. And it's going to be a back-to-back. I don't know about Logan Thompson here, Pete. He allowed 3 against Arizona, 2 against Washington. Their offense is banged up. You get a Devils team that's completely healthy. I'm trying to talk myself out of the Devils, and I don't think I can here. Power play for the Vegas Knights guys have been 18% last 10 games, not enough. 33% penalty kill power play on the road overall, but I'm going to lean with those last 10 stats more. So give me the Devils here, Pete. I think it'll be a lower scoring game. Devils on the regulation, -110. I believe.
Yeah, that we'll give you can take minus 105. That's what Rocco Rogers has quoted. Rocco Rogers likes Devils in a regulation, also likes a Devils Boston money line parlay at plus 105. Mike M talking about the over. NJ has gone over the total 9 times after a win. Mally Mal says over easy, and Rocco Rogers likes that as well. Wow. So people really coming in with some great insights here, liking the over, and New Jersey. Let's see what the money has to say. Nothing particularly interesting. No line value on either side, according to this site that we look at, despite the fact that the majority of the bets and money coming in on Vegas, 65% of the tickets and 85% of the cash on Vegas, but no line value either way as of right now. Slightly more bets and slightly bigger bets coming in on the under, but that's just as of right now. Bigger bets could come in on the over as well. Wow. I was thinking, wow, so maybe New Jersey as a team total, New Jersey team total over, maybe. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I almost feel like this could be like that one. If you look at their schedule here, at Carolina, Anaheim, LA, San Jose, Seattle, came home against Pittsburgh, 1-2-1. Yeah, I don't know. I just hockey's weird. To put
it mildly, Mr. Ghost.
Like you're seeing all these overs right now, and I'm just saying Vegas, like their penalty kill's damn good. Thompson, I'm not sure what we're gonna get from Thompson. Vanacek's been fine for this team. Marino is the only guy out for the Devils, so they should be like the Vegas can't skate up and down with this Devils team. They're way too quick for them right now. So. I lean to the under, guys. It's nothing I'm going to bet, but I feel stronger on the Devils to get her done in 60 minutes.
Yeah, Mike M says Vegas power play is lethal too. Could make it tricky for the obvious New Jersey spot.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, if Stone's missing? I haven't watched many Vegas games this year, but if Stone's not on the power play there, does that not? Let's see, first line power play. They got Roy, Stevenson, Riley, Eichel, and Pietrangelo. It's their second unit there with Marchessault, Carlson, and Riley Smith. Yeah, they're still a deep hockey team. They got Hutton, though. Ben Hutton on your second power play unit? Yeah, right. I would I don't think this is going to be as high scoring as a game as you're going to think. You got Mike Amadio here. I got to watch more of Mikey on the first line. Nicholas Waugh, Paul Cotter. Colasar, fourth line's nobody. I'm gonna lean to the under here. I think I don't know. I got a feeling on the under here, guys. A weird one. I could be wrong, but I think the Devils get her done here. I do.
Is Vegas going to come to play here? I mean, I know that they, when you have a decent team that loses to Arizona, I know it was a back-to-back, but they're just
and that's yeah.
They just seem a little bit like are they a decent team right now? Because I just want a little bit more insight. I'm an inch away from taking New Jersey -1.
Yeah, and even the Vegas team total under here, Pete. Like what they got shut out against Dallas, 2 against Detroit, 1 against Arizona, but they allowed 4 to Arizona. Like it was a back-to-back, but
right. Come on, you can't do that. You can't. I'm not perfect. You can't allow 4 to Arizona.
Yeah, you can't allow that to them there. And now what? You're traveling all the way across from Arizona to New Jersey. 2 days later, back to back. Yeah, it's a tough spot for the Devils. Yeah. It's a tough spot for the Devils. Sorry, tough spot for the Knights. Sorry, tough spot for the Knights.
Yeah, the NHL season is a grind, but you can't allow 4 to Arizona. I'm going to take New Jersey -1, -112 as an official play. What do you think about that? New Jersey -1, -112.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like that. The goals. I think Vegas team total under. If you can maybe get a 3.5, I don't know if that's getting crazy, but I don't see Vegas doing a lot here offensively, Pete.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to make it 110. That's the current line at Heritage -110. New Jersey -1, -110. Official play for me. All right, let's move on. Buffalo and St. Louis. I will tell you that this is one of the games with a notable line value, according to the site that we look at. About half line value on one of these sides. We'll see if Mr. Gokes here can figure out which it is. Buffalo's on a back-to-back, right? They won at Dallas in OT last night. They've now won 3 in a row, but they lost 5 of 6 before that. And St. Louis, lost their last game as a massive home fave to Chicago, but in general, just kind of mediocre, right? Overall, about 50-50 over the last 3 weeks or so. So normally I'd be thinking this is a big spot for St. Louis to bounce back. The question is just, are they a good enough team to bet into that? Are they reliable enough are they good enough to be relied on to come back and get some revenge after the last embarrassing loss that they suffered? And then the question is Buffalo rolling, or is this a back-to-back spot that's a down spot for them? What do you think? St. Louis, a small home favorite, modest home favorite.
Yeah, I had Buffalo written down last night, guys, when I was capping the card. First period, full game, but woke up today. I don't know what it was. Something happened, but I'm not too sure. Buffalo, just back-to-back here, Pete. They came off that 3-2 win, a tough win. Played 4 periods, not 3. They went to overtime, right? Played 4 periods. Coffee's kicking in, feeling good. 3-2 against Dallas, 6-3 win against Anaheim, 3-2 win against the Islanders. I don't know. This St. Louis team's really bit me in the ass this year. I remember taking Nashville against them, a play I really liked on Thursday, and Nashville just freaking didn't even show up. And they lost 5-3 to Chicago, who's playing much better hockey. You know what? I got a weird feel in this game. I'm going to stay off. I had to lean to Buffalo here, but coming in again to St. Louis at 4 a.m, on a back-to-back, playing a St. Louis team that just got beat up pretty good, 5-3 to Chicago. And I have Tarasenko with. Is there a possibility Tarasenko comes back? I don't know if anyone in the chat has any.
Sam Comer says yes.
Oh, see, there you go. With Tarasenko coming back, that's. I don't want Buffalo for sure. Now I really don't want Buffalo because that's pretty much your captain coming back for St. Louis.
Yeah, but long term, that's great. The actual first game that he's back is not necessarily great, right?
Well, I would say more so just like overall team. Like maybe not so much for him, but the whole team. When you got kind of like your lines, maybe back in order. You just got your captain on the ice. You got your captain there. It's like I don't know. I just think it's more of the whole team. It should give a little boost. I'm saying, Pete, to the whole team. Maybe not so much him, but I think the team after coming off that loss too. They got a spot with the Buffalo team on a back-to-back. They know this is, a good spot to beat him. Lukokonen, though, 6-1, .917 save percentage. They've gotten wins with him on the road. Nothing on this game. I can make cases besides.
Rocco Rogers likes Buffalo. Money line plus 120. And let's see what other comments are. Paper Chaser, aka Imp13, likes the Blues team total over 3.5. This is a very confusing game, but interestingly, again, it is one of the games that has a significant line value. Mr. Gokster, you're kind of like Detroit or one of those teams when it comes to these questions. You usually get them wrong. Once in a while, you do get them right, though. I don't know what your actual percentage is. Here we go. Buffalo, St. Louis. Which team has half line value according to the site that we look at?
Pete, I'll give it to you. You picked a good game here to do it because I have no clue in this game. Who has line value? What's the line? Did you tell me the line? Minus 125. It's went down a little bit. I guess Buffalo has line value.
Yes, you got that one right. You're getting better at this, Mr. Gokster. And yeah, I guess you can just peek at the line movement and then get it right more often than you have before. That's fine. Yeah, according to the site we look at, Buffalo has half line value, 50% of the tickets and 95% of the cash on Buffalo, and also 89% of the tickets and 93% of the cash on the over. So everything coming in on the over. Line value on Buffalo. Maybe Buffalo team total over is the way to go. Why would these super sharp NHL handicappers be betting Buffalo so big here?
Yeah, well, Binnington's not the greatest goalie to start with, 8.899.
Yeah.
He got lit up too. Here's another thing. He just got lit up for 4 against Chicago, got pulled, allowed 3-7. So he got yanked. And now he's coming back. It's a weird angle, but I like taking the single, guys. Whenever a goalie gets really, unless he's been he has kind of been bad, but he came off those 2 wins, 2-goal performance against St. Louis, 4-goal loss, or 4 goals got pulled. And you got a team on a back-to-back. It's just, I feel like Binnington could. This is a tough game. I could see it going under and St. Louis winning, and I could see it going over and Buffalo winning. That's where I would be looking towards right there. Other than that, I don't know really. I think if St. Louis wins, it does go under, and if Buffalo wins, it goes over.
See, look at this. I'm thinking the Buffalo team total over might be worth the shot. And if I could have gotten, 2.5, even at a big favorite line, I would have taken it. But it's 3.5 at like plus 125. This team doesn't get to 4 goals that often at all. They got 6 at home against Anaheim. Great. But other than that, 3-3-3-1. There's a 5-2-3-0. They're not getting to 4.
They're a very young team. That's like this team. They sent Hinostroza up to Rochester. They sent Krebs up too. They've been sending a lot of their young guys to the Rochester team. I know Mikey M could probably attest to that. So I don't know. They're really kind of been, and there's no injuries, so I don't know what the coach is doing. I'm not a big fan of this coach for Buffalo. If they had a better coach, I think this team could be a lot better because they're such a young hockey team. I think a young hockey team needs a good coach. So it's I'm not too. I kind of lean towards St. Louis, to be honest, guys. After but first glance was Buffalo, but Tarasenko coming back. Got pulled after Chicago 4 goals. Yeah, Buffalo's kind of feeling themselves coming off a back-to-back. They played Dallas, had to play 4 periods. So 60 minutes, advantage St. Louis.
All right. I hold on a second. I just want to look at some comments. Lucas Ryan likes the over 6.5. Mally Mal surprised that he gets the Blues. That's what I would have guessed. I make jokes at Mr. Gokster's expense, but I wouldn't do much better than he would. And I would have guessed St. Louis personally for sure. Very surprised he is. It could change by the time the puck drops, but I'm gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold off on this one personally. But again, half line value on Buffalo, according to the site we look at. All right, Winnipeg and Nashville. Winnipeg-Nashville is the next game. Now this one, I'm not sure. Winnipeg, of course, is on a road trip. They won their last 2 after losing the first 2 of the trip, but before that, winning game in and game out. Hellebuck was playing great, and Nashville, no slouch really. Not an elite team, but not a pushover. Off a win. They've now won 3 of their last 4. They seem pretty solid at home, and just a very small road favorite line for Winnipeg, who very recently was just an auto play on, winning game in and game out. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, this Winnipeg team, guys, they're 31-16, next to Boston. They're not as good as Boston, but they're right there, I think. The line's pretty low, actually, -115, +102. They think Nashville's got a shot here. Looking at some stats here for you guys. 88%, like the penalty kill for how good defensively this Winnipeg team's been, and it's all bonus. Like since they got Maurice out, this team was awful defensively, relied on Hellebuck way too much. Now that they're with Maurice or with their new coach in there, it's just slipped my mind. I just said it too. With Winnipeg's new coach in there, guys, they're defensively 88% penalty kill on the road, 87% last 10 games. They're defensively, they've been just stellar. And then let's see what Nashville's done on the power play. 10% last 10 games and 19% on the at home since December 1st. So this should be a lower scoring game, Pete. I think a lower scoring game here. Hellebuck's coming off of a 1 goal, allowed 1 goal against Ottawa. Looking at Saros there, allowed 3 against LA, got the win. This is one I'm trying. Yeah, both teams are healthy too. It's not one I feel super strong on, to be honest, guys. I do believe I have a play though in it. It was no goal in the first 9 minutes, but what do you think, Pete? What do you think in this one? Everyone in the chat, I might need your help in this one, guys. I don't know what to do with this Nashville team.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. So yeah.
OT from Maximilian. Yeah, this similar to the Minnesota Tampa Bay game. I think this could be a lower scoring game. I got the no goal first 9 minutes. I'm gonna play. The only worry, I guess, would be just Winnipeg kind of doing what they want to do against Nashville. But both teams are completely healthy. And you got goaltending. Saros is a damn good home goalie too, much better at home than he is on the road. Hellebuck, he's still, I'd say, top five goalie this year. So even though his numbers aren't as good on the road, power play is definitely an advantage of Winnipeg. I'm going to take no goal first 9 minutes, and I would lean to the full game under. Just not going to take it. I got a lot of action on this card, guys. So pressure is coming in on the under. I could see an OT spot. Yeah. And Mikey M saying even an OT spot here. So I'm going to take no goal first 9 and lean to the full game under.
Rocco Rogers says lean.
Oh, Pete just knocked his internet out. Are you there, Pete? Nope. Going once, going twice. Sold. All right. So Pete just fortunately
No,
dropped.
I'm here. Okay. Yeah.
Testing.
Sorry,
There he is. All right.
Ready? Okay. T. Hartley says Nashville playing like trash, but no, they've been, especially at home, they've been playing pretty decently, right?
Let's just bring it up here real quick.
Yeah, they won 3 of 4, 3 in a row at home.
Yeah, you beat Calgary, who's just they've been arse all year. Columbus 2-1, didn't score much. Like they beat LA 5-3. Okay, they showed up there. They disappointed the hell out of me against St. Louis there. Going back. Geez, they haven't had many home games. 6-3 all the way back to January 3rd. Yeah, I think it's an under. I really think the under is the play here. On the road, they seem to be more of an over team, I find. Nashville, but at home, more of an under team. So let's take the no-goal first 9 minutes, Pete.
All right, that sounds good. Looking at the money action here, small line value, but not the sliver. Small line value on Winnipeg, believe it or not. 83% of the tickets and about 92% of the cash on Winnipeg, and small line value on Winnipeg. The big bet's definitely coming in on the under. About 40% of the tickets and 80% of the cash on the under, and that line is down to 5.5, juice to the over, but at 5.5 at Pinnacle. So wow, yeah, real money coming in on the under.
Yeah,
gosh, this is telling you something, isn't it?
I like it because both of the ones that are leaning to the under there, I think Minnesota, Tampa Bay, and Winnipeg, Nashville. That's the two that those are my favorite unders on the card. Actually, I got one more coming up here, but Winnipeg, Nashville. Just in Nashville, they struggle scoring, and you got strong penalty kill and a great goalie for Winnipeg. And I don't see them just kind of laying down on this spot. Their coach and bonus always has them up and running. So. Lower scoring game here.
All right, I'll take a shot with it. It's still Pinnacle is down to 5.5, but the 6 is -121. So I'll take that one. Winnipeg, Nashville under 6 -121 current line at Pinnacle. Interesting game, and again, some according to the site that we look at, line value on Winnipeg, which means that maybe the Nashville team total under 2.5 at plus money has some value, but that one makes me nervous.
I agree with the line. I would lean towards Winnipeg here. They've scored 5 against Ottawa, 5 against Philly. The over under is a tough one here, Pete. I'm just gonna rely on they haven't on the road that went way over. Montreal, Buffalo's a higher scoring team, so is Winnipeg. It's tough, Pete. I don't want to talk you in, out, or of any play.
No, I'm just going to stick with the under. Just a standard, straight, normal, not over. Let's see. Okay, Dustin Gilstrap says these dudes are sharp. I like them. Oh, thank you very much, Dustin Gilstrap. If you think we're sharp, take a glance at the comment section. Some of that shit in there will blow your mind, Dustin Gilstrap. Shout out to Dustin Gilstrap.
We want to tune in every single day because there's the chat. We might not have the full crew right now, but day in and day out, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay. Let's some great comments from other people. Let's move on. Not only sharp but good looking too. I can't speak for Mr. Ghoster, but I mean, look at it. Look how good. Look at this shit. Look at this.
He's got the collar going on.
Look at this shit. All right. Let's move on. Anaheim and Arizona. Again, this is one of these head scratching NHL lines. Maybe someone knows something, but. Arizona, sure, they beat Vegas as a home dog in their last game. Vegas a little bit slumping and lethargic right now. Before that, they could barely buy a win, which is fine. But then how can they be not even a tiny, a modest home favorite here against Arizona? Against the Anaheim. Anaheim's terrible, but probably a little bit less terrible than Arizona in my estimation. The line doesn't make sense to me. What do you think, Bookster?
So I saw a little line drop here. Money coming on Anaheim a little bit in this game. Yeah, this is a battle of the bums. This is the dumpster fire game of the night. But I think there could be goals, Pete, to be honest. Defensively here, 75% penalty kill, 72% home road splits. So that's the larger sample size, 78% for Arizona. Last 10 games, penalty kill, 81%. Both power plays have not been humming. This is the problem for Arizona, Pete. They got a 4% power play in their last 10 games. They're just not scoring. And now they have Krause. Krause is a big player, Pete. I think he's a centerman, but he's a big part of this Arizona team. So he's day-to-day. Not 100% sure if he's playing, but if they don't have him, I would have to lean towards I know that's one player, but Michelli too. We've been talking about this guy, Michelli. He was hurt back in December. He should be coming back soon. So I expect the offense eventually to start going again for Arizona. But right now they're just really at a standstill. But then Anaheim defensively, they're one of the worst in the league. So I have nothing on this game. Hey, Gibson's coming off a 6. He allowed 6 to Buffalo. So, and then he had a shutout against Columbus the game before that. So I would lean towards Anaheim here, but if I was Anaheim, I'd keep losing to get Connor Bedard. So it's tough. Who wants to win this game? I got nothing on this one.
Well, Dustin Gilstrap's on the Yotes puck line, and Dustin Gilstrap, if you want to see some sharp opinions here, check out Die Hard MMA podcast opinion on Arizona. Last year, when Arizona's turned it around and started winning game in and game out as a huge underdog, Die Hard MMA podcast was right on that train, and here he goes. The Arizona offense got on track last night. They got 5-0'd by the Ducks last time we played. If there was ever a spot to play Arizona, it's probably tonight. Wow. Mr. Ghoster, what do you make of that comment?
Hey, you know what? That's the local native of Arizona right there.
Yeah.
So you got to respect that. It's anytime. It's like me with Ottawa. So, yeah, and it's a good point there. 4 against Vegas. Before that, whatever. Then they score 5 against. This should be some goals. Score 5 against a Detroit, weaker team. Vegas banged up defensively, got 4. Couldn't score against Winnipeg or Minnesota. Score against Ottawa, which makes sense. Can score against San Jose. Didn't score against Pittsburgh. Yeah, this should be maybe even a both teams to score first period look. Expect some goals here, I think, Pete.
You know what? I'm going to take this one. I'm going to take Arizona -1 plus 118. That's the current line at Pinnacle and Heritage. Arizona -1 plus 118. I'm going to take that. And, yeah, you could take the Arizona team total over, but it's 3.5. I mean, you're getting a little plus money, but still, wow, that's tough. That's a little too tough for me to take. I can take them on the puck line, though. I'll take -1 line, plus 118.
It should be a good spot. And Clint's 100%. Clint's right. This should be a good spot for them. They do beat up on the weaker teams, especially at home. Anaheim, they've gone the last 8 games have gone over the total. They've allowed no less than they allowed 3 once to Columbus, but they've been allowing 7-6, 6-4, 5-6. So, yeah, I think this should be a goal fest tonight.
All right, well, I'm going to take it also according to the site that we look at. Very small line value, but present line value on Arizona. 75% of tickets, 85% of the cash on Arizona, and the bigger bets definitely coming in on the under. 55% of the tickets and almost 90% of the cash coming in on the under as well, which is interesting. Mike M says money pouring in on Arizona. Line hasn't budged. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's pouring in, but definitely coming in. And has the line not? Yeah, I guess the line hasn't. No, it's budged a little bit. In the morning, it was like -133, -135. Now it's up to like -138 or 140. That counts as a budge, right? A 5 cent, that's a budge, right? Yeah. 5 cents is a budge. Yeah. Right?
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Mally Mel says Zona or pass here coming off 4-1 defense look good. I'm on it. I'm going to take it. And if it loses, yeah. I don't know if I count as sharp. I don't know either. But when it comes to the Yotes, you count as sharp. Die Hard MMA podcast. Absolutely.
You follow it day in and day out. Anyone that follows their hockey team day in and day out, you got to listen to their opinion. So
no question. All right. And Rocco Rogers likes the first period over. All right. Let's move on. Washington, Colorado.
I think, Anaheim, Arizona, guys. Yeah, 5-4. I think there's going to be a lot of goals. Sorry, Pete.
Okay, no. Washington, Colorado. Washington, for a while, winning game in and game out. Now they're back to mediocrity, about 50-50 right now. Third game of a trip. They lost at Vegas in their last game. Colorado back home after a 3-game trip. They've now won 5 in a row. Before that, they had been losing, but of course they had a lot of injuries. Now they're getting healthier, I believe. And I'm not sure what I think about this. Is why was Washington winning game in and game out a bunch of weeks ago, and now they're down to about 500? And is Colorado an auto bet on until further notice?
Well, Alexander Ovechkin.
Yes.
Okay. I think he's been out the last couple of games. So
right.
Yeah, he's kind
That'll do it. That'll do it.
He's a big name. So I'm just bringing it up right now. Let's see how long he's been out since the 19th. So, and real quick here, 19th, and their last game was the 21st.
Ovechkin? Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that explains Vegas. But they were slumping before that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's not so without Ovechkin and they were slumping before that, why do we think they're going to all of a sudden, you're missing your power play specialist. Ovi's, he's had at least a point a game in his last 3 games before he got hurt. So, and you're missing Ovi here too. It's going to be tough for Washington. But the thing I like for Washington here is Kemper. He got lit up against Vegas, Pete. 4 goals, 14 of 18. That's an awful performance before that, he shut out Arizona, which definitely he got up for. He was looking forward to playing Arizona. Clinton knows that's his former team. He had the shutout 26-26, then got lit up for 4 against Vegas. And now who's he playing again? He's playing his former team again, Pete. He used to play for Colorado the year, after he was from Arizona, Colorado, now to Washington. So he's going to get up for this game. Georgiev, too, on the other end. I have no issues with Georgiev. Makar is also day-to-day. Helm, Malgin, Byram, and Manson. So some injuries there for Colorado. Where I'm going to go here, guys, is I'm taking the no-goal first 9 minutes in this game, Pete. And I'm also going to take the first period under 1.5 plus 105. I have a lean to the full game under, too, but I'm just going to stick to the first period. Just a bounce-back spot here for Kemper. You could say that maybe, McKinnon and the crew know his tendencies, but let's see Colorado here. They're coming off a long road trip where they've been looking good defensively too. Look at this, 4-1, 4-1, 2-1. So looked really good defensively coming off a 3-game road trip. I like the early no goal and first period under here, guys.
Some interesting stuff here. Mally Mal says Caps trash on the road. JPZ says Oshie out. And Avs playing better, Avs all day. And Dustin Gilstrap likes Colorado in regulation. Mike M., Colorado 0-6 in the first period after OT. But he says Colorado comes back to win, but maybe Washington early. This is the game with the biggest line value, according to the site that we look at. A little bit more than half line value on one side here. Which do you think it is, Gogi?
Well, if I'm looking at the line.
Okay.
No, I'll say Washington.
No, you can do whatever tools you need to try to look smart. I do the same shit, Mr. Gokster. That's correct. Washington has a little bit more than half line value, according to the site that we look at as of right now. Could change, but as of right now, that's what we're seeing. 30% of the tickets and 65% of the cash on Washington. About maybe 60% line value on Washington. Very interesting. I'm thinking maybe Washington. Go ahead.
This might be my favorite under on the card. First period and no goal in the first 9. Just they're coming off that long road trip. They had been really good, Colorado guys. And then you're looking at Kemper, allowed 4 against Vegas, perfect shutout against Arizona. He's playing his former team. There's no Ovi, there's no Oshie. Carlson defensively, he's been out for a while, but defensively they're still fine. Washington, they're missing a lot of offense. Colorado's coming back from a 3-game road trip, and Mike M just said they're 0-6 or something in the first period. So they don't score in the first period, but they allow. But on the other side, Washington's missing a bunch of offense, so there shouldn't be any goals early. We'll see what happens with what comes up from our formula here, but no goal first 9 minus 105 and first period under 1.5 plus 105. I like those.
All right, yeah. The majority of the bets as of right now coming in on the over, but that doesn't. I'm thinking maybe I'll tail you on this one and take the under and the first period under, but you don't necessarily like Caps first period though.
Caps first period. I would lean Colorado full game, but I don't like the side enough here. One of these goaltenders could steal this game. To be honest,
So you just don't want to bet the Caps because you don't see where the offense is going to come from.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know where the offense is going to come from. It's down to 13% in the last 10 games. And then looking at Colorado, 19% last 10 games, and both penalty kills are over 80% too. So that's a good recipe for an under. And also looking at Colorado, 15% power play at home since December 1st, only 15%. Washington's got 31% road power play, but they're missing without Oshie, Ovi, Carlson, Dowd, and especially Ovi and Oshie. So it seems like an under to me, even a full game under.
All right. I will take the first period under at plus 112, under 1.5, plus 112, current line at Pinnacle. Tempted to take the full game under as well. You like Georgiev is fine?
Oh yeah, he is 3-5-2 at home, but no, he's fine. Yeah, he's fine. He's actually a really strong road goalie, but I'm not too worried about him. With Washington being banged up here, and they just came off. I believe they came off they came off that loss too. But offensively, I don't see it. I don't see it from them. I don't.
Okay. I'm just going to stick with the first period under. Don't really want to double up, but because who knows what these things can get crazy. As you said, hockey NHL is so wacky. All right, let's move on. Last game on the card, and then we'll get to NBA. Chicago and Vancouver. Now this one, you tell me, Mr. Ghoster, right? Chicago barely lost the last game at home as a big dog. Before that, they had won 6 of 7, all as a huge dog, right? Vancouver. They're a big favorite, and that makes sense because they've won 10 of their last 12. No, they've lost 10 of their last 12. Lost 10 of their last 12. Chicago, but before the last game, won 6 of 7, all as a huge dog. How is Vancouver minus 200 here?
Have you ever seen anything like that, Pete?
No, never. This is insane. This is insane.
Yeah, this is crazy. So, as you guys know, hockey fans, Bruce Boudreau finally got rid of the coach, Pete. Finally, Bruce Boudreau. They said, "All right, Brucey." Like he's pretty much crying after the press conferences. He's pretty much tearing up on the bench. Like he had to go. The team was checked out. So they're bringing in Rick Tocchet, Pete. This guy played for, I don't know if you know, Pittsburgh back in the day. He was a hard.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. You know, he's a hard-nosed coach for Arizona as well. Didn't last as long, but then he was on the TNT broadcast. He's just more of a hard-nosed, tough. He's going to ream into this team probably for the most part. Just make him play more accountable hockey. So that's it right there. Boom. I think that's accountable hockey because this team defensively, guys, has been just awful. It's been Spencer Martin's been left out to dry. So they're going to be playing defensive, accountable hockey is what that's 100, not 100%, but that's exactly what going to be his style here. The line is pretty crazy though. I can't take Vancouver here. I have nothing on this game, but Chicago, ever since they got Kane back, they've been much better hockey team. He's their heartbeat, and this guy's probably going to end up getting traded at the deadline coming up. So back-to-back situations here. Mrazek's actually got a .938 save percentage on the road with a 2.18 goals against. So this line doesn't actually make any sense. I wonder who made this line because they must be a Canuck fan. That's the only thing I can come to reason with because Martin's got a .847 goals against too, Pete, on the road. It's just the coaching situation, I guess. They're thinking this coaching situation is going to that's what everyone's going to go off is the coaching angle because that's the only angle you really have for Vancouver here. Bear, the defenseman's day-to-day, and then Pullman and Pearson are out. Penalty kill, too, for Chicago's been good. I have 84%, I think, or 89%, and then 80% since December 1st. Penalty kill too, like the penalty kill for Vancouver is 57% last 10 games, 64% overall. They're going to be preaching accountability. That's 100% what it is. So I don't, you know what? Maybe the under could be the sneaky play here.
Tocchet is defensive minded. Is that what you're saying?
Who? Sorry.
Tocchet is defensive minded.
Oh yeah, like he when he played, Pete, he wasn't like a brilliant guy on the ice. He was more just like he was a tough guy. Fought a lot. Accountability. I remember him saying that too on the TNT, bro. Like just watching him on broadcast, he always used to preach accountability, like just being accountable for on the ice. So that just tells me that they're not. Let's play a little more. Let's play two-way hockey. Let's really play the full ends of the ice here. So it's I have no play here, guys. But more I'm talking about, I would lean to an under full game if you can get 6.5. But other than that. Maybe Chicago plus 1.5 could be maybe a look.
All right. I may have other plays, but I'll make that official play. The Chicago, Vancouver under 6.5 minus 113. Current line at Heritage under 6.5 minus 113. I'll make that an official play. Mr. Gokes, we're running a little bit behind. We got to get to NBA with Trawam, so we don't have time to like joke around and make some jokes and shit. Let's just go over our official plays to remind everyone. I'll start. Boston, Montreal under 6.5 minus 141. Philly, first period, plus 105. LA, team total under 3.5, minus 135. Although Mike Nutflush Allen says the line might be trying to tell you something, implying that maybe the LA team total over is the way to go. As of right now, I made that official. New Jersey Devils, -1, minus 110. Winnipeg, Nashville, under 6, minus 121. Arizona, -1, +118. Washington, Colorado, first period under 1.5, +112. And Chicago, Vancouver, under 6.5, -113. Mr. Ghoster, what are your official plays, please?
Alrighty, guys, we're action packed here on this 11-game card. I got Pittsburgh regulation +110, Detroit, San Jose, first period, both teams to score +155. Things are a bit out of order here, but Winnipeg, Nashville, no goal in the first 9 minutes, -110. Philadelphia in the first period here, 6-3-1 at home last 10 first period. Get that at +110. New Jersey on the regulation at -105. Boston in the under 6.5. Late ad there at the beginning of the show, +115. We're going to have Minnesota, Tampa Bay, full game under 6.5 in the no goal first 9 minutes, +100. And then to close it out here, Pete, I got Washington, Colorado, first period under +105 in the no goal first 9 minutes to close things out, guys.
All right, sounds good. Go ahead.
Just before I go here, I just want to bring up the golf, guys. I got a golf show there, myself and Connor Mack, every Monday, 1 p.m. Eastern, and we have golf starting on Wednesday. So I got a 6-pack of golfers. I'll go over really quickly for you guys. Maybe throw a couple shekels on. We're talking 100 to 1 here, Pete. So really quickly here, Max Homa, 22 to 1. We got Sung J M 22 to 1. Maverick McNeely 45. Some bombs 100 to 1 on Wyndham Clark, Thomas Dietrich, and then we got Patrick Rogers at 160 to 1 there, guys. So some more it's Pub Sports Radio, right, Pete? We got everything covered from the left, right, and center, from the back of your hand to the bottom of your foot. So we got it all covered here, guys, at Pub Sports Radio. But thank you so much, Pete, for having me on as always, brother. It's a treat. Hopefully we can cash some tickets. Everyone in the chat can get that cash. And I'll be looking to book my ticket to the Pubapalooza, and I hope you do too, Pete.
Oh, hell yeah. Mr. Coaxer, thanks so much. Yeah, that might be a nice little slogan for Pub Sports Radio, generic. We got it all covered. That has no value. That has no marketing value. But yeah, what the hell? It's true. So we're going to say it. All right. Is Coaxer, is Trotwam ready?
Yes, he is.
Excellent. Jose Bouquett having a blast today on the Tuesday show here at Pub Sports Radio. Everyone, welcome to the show. Trotwam to cover this 7-game slate. Yeah. Trotwam. How you doing, Trotwam?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, feeling great. I'm happy to be here with you guys. You know, Jose, Pete, the legend. Come on, man.
By the way, here's something, Pete, you'll learn about Trotwam. Trotwam came to the first Pubapalooza. Hope you're at the second one, Trotwam. Also, thank you. Trotwam, also one of the first people eliminated in our poker tournament. We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. But Trotwam is a sneaky center in the G League, Pete. He can go put up some boards. He's like 6 foot. 11, Pete. It's ridiculous. Shout out to
false. I'm not 6'11". That's false, brother.
So, halfway there. He's an even Steven foot. It's all right. But yes, Pubapalooza 2, Trotwam hopefully will be there. And his 7-foot ass will be there having fun too. So you guys should be too.
Yeah.
Sounds great. All right, Trotwam. There's not much that I hate more than handicapping NHL, but handicapping NBA, is one of those few things. So let's see what we can do on this 7-game card, man. The NBA, so tough for me. Let's see what you have to say about these games. Let's see what the comment section has to say. Let's start with the Bulls and Indiana. Ready?
Let's go.
All right, Bulls on a back-to-back, right? They popped Atlanta last night. 3 straight up at ATS wins. Right. Been just great last bunch of weeks, right? Great betting on them every game. If you did that, you are way up. Pacers, 7 straight up losses, 1-6 ATS in those. Very short road favorite line. I don't know. I would say why not bet into it? Take Chicago again. What's the deal with this game, Trotwam?
Yeah, I think you're right, man. Why not take Chicago again? Over the last 3 games, they have a win margin of 14.3, averaging 123 points in that 3-game span. 108 is what they're giving up. 124 points is what this Pacers team is giving up. They haven't been good defensively at all so far this year. Their offense has taken a step back without Tyrese Halliburton. So I'm just thinking, based off of that alone, go back to the well with Chicago Bulls. I liked them yesterday. Obviously, it's a back-to-back situation for them today, but they're in that purgatory spot, where they can possibly sell and trade up all their players, or they can make a push to the playoffs and just buy in, hope that Lonzo comes back and gives them that boost that they need. to push towards the playoffs. I think that's the direction they're going to go. You got all the guys that's there. You know, these guys don't want to be here. As far as DeRozan, Levine, they've always shown that they want interest to go back home, go back west. And I think you kind of got to go all the way with it. So I shout out to Mike M here. He said that Chicago 5-0 on the road as favorites. Pacers are 5-0 ATS in the first half too. So as far as them being 5-0 in the first half, that's cool and all dandy. I just don't think that it's going to be sustainable throughout the full game. So I do agree with the full game spot with the Bulls. I'm going to go with Vucevic though, man. Vucevic, over the last 5 games, he's averaging 13.2 rebounds, 5.2 assists. He's been consistently going over the rebounds and assist prop, points, rebounds, and assist prop as well. But it was kind of tricky yesterday. He went over it, but it still was kind of tricky. So I didn't take the points, rebounds, assists. But we're going back to the well with the rebounds and assists. It's juiced 15.5 to get minus 150. It's juiced, but I'm taking it. I'm paying the juice there. I just think that it's one of those no-brainer. Not saying it's a no-brainer play because nothing no-brainer. We all know. We all know that. But for the most part, it's been solid for me. I've been cashing with it. So we're going back to the well with Vucevic over 15.5 rebounds and assists. Man, last game he just went crazy. Was able to go over this almost purely off of rebounds alone. So they're running the offense through him. Billy Donovan said it a few games ago. So I think they have the advantage there. And then also he's been killing Miles Turner on the boards. I think he's averaging about 13 boards against Miles Turner. So we only need about, a few assists, which he's been able to do. Last game, he had 7 assists. So let's get this Vucevic over 15.5 rebounds and assists, minus 150. I do like the DeMar DeRozan over 4.5 assists. He's been killing that as well. He had 6 assists last game. He was able to get over that. I do like that look a lot, but I'm not going to jump on that. I'm going to just stick to the Vucevic here. I do like the Bulls. I think if the way you're feeling about it, I probably should make this an official play as well, because I should have made them an official play yesterday. They won. So today I'm thinking the same exact thing. I just think Tyrese Halliburton is going to be such a big loss for them. And we know what this Pacers team is going for. They may be tanking. So it's just as simple as that. But the Bulls, I think they have to win this game. So a fact of they have to win this game, it's just a short number. Hopefully we don't get no NBA fuckery. Hopefully, right?
What are the chances? What are the chances? Man. Well, that was some great insights, Trotwam. And then you combine that with Mike M's comments in the comments section. You got a hell of a breakdown on this game.
Yeah.
As far as the money is concerned, as of right now, none of these NBA games, according to the site we look at, have any kind of significant line value, but very tiny line value on the Bulls as of right now, according to the site we're looking at. And all the bets on money coming in on the under as well. 80% of the tickets and 90% of the cash on the under, which is pretty interesting.
Right.
What about under, Trotwam?
Yeah, it makes sense. These guys have been holding opponents to 108 over the last 3 games. And as far as the Pacers, they haven't been able to score. As far as the head-to-head matchup, I think it has went under majority of those times as well. 5 out of the last 6 meetings has been going under. So it will trend in that direction as well. So I like the correlation with the under with Tyrese Halliburton out. Obviously he's going to push the pace.
Yeah.
If the Bulls try to take this game serious, they're going to try to lock in on the defensive side. But I mean, they don't really got that much good defense. They have been holding opponents since Caruso's came back. So Caruso is one of their better defenders. We could just hope that he continues to play that well. And they do have I believe I always forget his name, Andrew Nembhard. He's questionable today, so not having him is going to take a blow to their backcourt. So I do like the under just based off of those few things.
And I'm going to take it based off of those 3 things, as well as Mike M's comments here and opinions here. Makes me a little bit nervous that from what I'm seeing right now, like Heritage has 233.5, but Pinnacle 234.5. But we know that these NBA totals just are all over the map, both when it comes to the movements and results. I'm gonna take a shot with it. I'll take the Pinnacle line right now. The Bulls and the Pacers. I'll take the Pinnacle line under 234.5 minus 108. I'll take it. Makes sense to you, Trotwam? Sorry, you have anything official? What are you looking at again on this one?
I'm on Vucevic over rebounds and assists, 15.5 at -150. Again, it's juice. Don't even worry about it, man. Don't worry about nothing. We're going to get to the money on that one.
Wow, that sounds like a good breakdown there. All right, Boston, Miami. Ready, Trotwam?
Let's get that, man.
Boston on a back-to-back, blown out at Orlando last night as a big road favorite. But before that, they had been winning, straight game in and game out, straight up. A decent bet, not covering every game though. But now they've got, they've got some injuries, but Tatum and Brown are back. I'm not exactly sure what I think of this one. It's a tough one. I would normally think that like Boston at the very least first quarter would be a good play. Miami as a favorite, they're just kind of 50-50-ish ATS. The offense isn't really there. I'd be leaning under, but this total has crashed since the overnight line, although I'd probably be leaning under as well. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe Boston first quarter. What do you think?
That makes sense. You know what? That does make sense.
Does it?
It does make sense. I think Miami. I don't like Miami, bro. Let's start off. Let's start talking about that first. I mean, I don't like Miami. I've never been a fan of them. Obviously, the Boston side is going to be a public situation today because they've been winning. They've been holding it down. They've been taking care of things. Shout out to Nutflesh. I said, "Well, I need a family vacation." I actually do. I do need a family vacation. It might not be on Pubapalooza though. I'm solo with that one, bro. I'm going solo go to San Antonio, but I definitely do that. So Al Horford, I seen a beat writer last night saying that Al Horford is not going to play today. They haven't announced that one out there yet, so they haven't made the injury report, but I believe he's going to be out. Robert Williams missed the last games. Marcus Smart, along with Malcolm Brogdon, all three of them missed the last game. It was personal for Malcolm Brogdon, not necessarily an injury matter. So the fact that he may play today is kind of uncertain. I think Marcus Smart and Robert Williams, those are real injuries. You don't want to start off, pressing guys in games that right now kind of don't matter. They already up 2-3, 2 out of the 3 games that they met up with this Heat team. So this can be a split situation for the Heat. I do agree with anybody there. Shout out to Nasty Nate. He likes the trifecta, of course. Didn't work out yesterday, but it may work out today. I think you are in a better spot than you were last night because you're gonna get Tatum and you're gonna get Jaylen Brown. I don't think we're gonna see any NBA craziness with that. I think those guys are gonna play in this game. They're gonna take this game serious. But are there gonna be is there gonna be a Marcus Smart, Malcolm Brogdon, Williams? Is what I'm concerned with. I feel like if those guys are in the lineup, this 3 is gonna be beautiful because you're gonna have a fully rested Heat team that's going up against a team that's going to be kind of fully stacked as well. Maybe not as rested because they're coming off a back-to-back in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, but those other 3 guys I mentioned, they will be rested in Marcus Smart, Robert Williams, and Malcolm Brogdon, so they can pick it up. And along with guys that's already been holding down, contributing with Grant Williams and Peyton Pritchard over those last few games, they've been playing really well. I just don't want to take the Celtics because I've been playing pretty good with staying away from the public darling, and I believe the public darling today will be the Celtics. I've been playing pretty good with that. I just think that if I had a free play though, I'm not going nowhere near the Heat. I'm going to think the Celtics do back to come off of a loss in dramatic fashion, even though they haven't been that good with coming off of a loss this year. I think that they find that same magic that they had last year. So I would only think Celtics here. As far as any props, I don't want to touch anything about this game. I'm kind of feeling like my boy Dutch.
Fuck this basketball game. Back with it.
I feel like it's a backwood, bro.
Yeah. Coin, like Miami at the opener, not sure about laying 3. Lean under 217.5. I would as well. I know that early some places like FanDuel or whatever had like 224 and stuff. I missed that, but I would definitely still be leaning under. And I think Mike M, I saw Boston in the 17-0 trend spot. Sammy Calmer likes Boston. There you go. And Nasty Nate trifecta, Boston trifecta. You know what? I can't not do it. I'll take Boston first quarter +1 -104. That's the current line at at Pinnacle. I'll take that first quarter plus 1 minus 104.
I like that, though.
And leaning under as well. But I don't know. What do you think?
I like the early spot with that. And you say it kind of has to be under. It has to be under. Even if those guys aren't all the way fully into the game, it's gonna be a playoff style atmosphere anyway.
Yeah, it's got to be an under, right? All right, let me just think for a second. All right, let me just I don't know. All right, I'm gonna hold off on the under for now, just because I don't know. I don't necessarily want to get too crazy with this one. I'll just take the first quarter, and it's a pass for you officially right now, Troutman.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this game just for now, but. Once we get a little clarity on the injury report, there may be a prop that I like on this game.
Okay. All right. Next game, Cleveland and the Knicks. Now, of course, Cleveland kind of iffy, but kind of 50-50 straight up in ATS over the past 10 games or so. Knicks returning from Toronto, lost 4 in a row straight up and ATS. Before that, they had a run of winning straight up in ATS. But, of course, they're a home dog, and that at least partially has to do with the injury situation, right? Mitchell Robinson out for the Knicks, and then Donovan Mitchell coming back for the Cavs. So that's a huge boost for the Cavs as far as the rosters are going to be concerned. Also, Quickly is questionable, I believe. So I don't know. The Knicks really take a hit, I think. I was looking at some stats. At least statistically, Robinson really helps the Knicks out a lot. And when he's out, it looks like that might be a big loss, maybe even bigger than the market's giving credit for. I'm not sure. So the Knicks, you're a home dog. You have anything on this one, Troutweb?
I thought the same exact thing. When he's off the floor, it makes a super huge difference. And it was crazy for me to see that it made a difference on the offensive side of the ball.
Oh, yeah.
So he's played 44% of the minutes so far this season. It's a 5.8 difference in offensive rating when he's on and off the floor in favor of him being on the floor. So 120 to 114 when he's off the floor. And it makes even bigger difference on the defensive side. Obviously, I like Jericho Sims. I like Hardenstein. I like those guys over there and Julius Randle. But they're not going to give you the same type of defense that Mitchell Robinson is. It's an 8-point difference in the defensive rating for that Knicks team when he's off the floor. I just think that's a huge – they're really not pricing that here. And I obviously, they're not really pricing in the fact that they had a bad game against this Knicks team in the last game as well. So they're not factoring in a bounce-back ability here. We know Donovan Mitchell was rumored to be a Knick so many times. The fact that they weren't able to pull that off, it just kind of stuck it to Knicks fans. So there are still that type of that's still that type of narrative out there that he has something he's going to try to upshow the fans here. I just think that they're going to play a lot better here. I think that Darius Garland, now that he doesn't have to do all the offensive scoring, he's going to be facilitating a little bit more. What he's been doing, it's been going over the 7.5 assist prop, 4 straight games. This team right here, they're ranked 13th at the position. So they're not really holding opponents, point guards to not hitting their assist prop, pretty much in the middle of the pack. I think that's a good spot here. And it's at plus money at plus 105, over 7.5 assists for Darius Garland. So that's a play I'm going here with that. But I want to ladder it up. I want to ladder that up. I think that Darius Garland can get the double-double tonight. It's at plus 310. I'm taking that as an official play as well. So we're going to lock in 2 official plays. I may actually individually ladder up to 9 and 10 on the assist just to keep myself a little bit of a wiggle room with the double-double. So if you guys want to do that, I definitely would encourage that. But for the official play for me, it's going to be the over 7.5 assists with Darius Garland. Also the double-double at plus 310. I do like the Cavaliers here as well because they all correlating with what you're saying, Pete. And I didn't bet this yet, but I wanted to talk to you about it, knowing that you're a New Yorker, bro. You know, I got to talk to somebody in the backyard. You're in the backyard. And if you feel like there may be a little bit of, they're not valuing the Mitchell Robinson subtraction here, I think that we kind of have to take the Cavaliers, especially another team that's kind of in that purgatory area. Even though they're in the playoffs, they may want to try to get better seeding here. So with the Cavaliers and also having Donovan Mitchell back is going to be a plus. So I like the Cavaliers too. Maybe not first half because we know the Knicks are really good in the first half at home. Maybe just full game and take the Cavaliers spot on the side. But Darius Garland over 7.5 assists plus 105 and double-double plus 310 in my pocket.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, I had a kind of good read on the Knicks when they were, doing great and clamping down defensively earlier in the year. Right now, and especially with this with the impact of Mitchell, I'm not exactly sure how to price it. But Sammy Comer says Cavs win spread might be tight, and NJ Stryker says Cavs all day. Knicks are banged up. Mike M says Cavs 0-6 in the first quarter as a favorite. Yeah. I mean the Knicks early. Gosh, I don't know. I'm going to pass on it officially, but I hope your read sounds good to me, Trotway, and I hope you cash. I think I'm going to pass completely on the game. Let's quickly glance at the money. Nothing as far as line value. Bigger bets. I mean, more of the bets coming in on the Cavs a bit and the over, but nothing notable as of right now. Let me just quickly glance at another site. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I mean. The majority of the bets coming in on the over, but the line has definitely moved down since it's open. So some confusion regarding this game, which is understandable. And I guess let's move on. Although, yeah, it does seem though that I don't know. As of right now, the Cavs are getting some love, some respectable love at one site that I'm looking at. So I don't know. It's going to be a pass for me, Trotway. Am I right?
Not a problem. Let's
move on. Next one, Denver and New Orleans. Denver off a home loss as a fave to OKC. Before that, of course, rolling straight up and ATS. But of course, Jokic has been out for 2 straight games. Is he going to be in here? I'm assuming he's going to be out, right? But I have not confirmed that. And then New Orleans, just kind of subpar straight up and ATS. You want to take him as a small home dog against Denver here if Jokic is out. What do you think, Trotway?
Yeah, this is a real tough game. Jokic goes. I mean, this team goes as Jokic goes. It seemed like Michael Porter Jr., I believe he was ruled out. I did see that earlier. Let me double check. Yes, Michael Porter Jr. is ruled out 27 minutes ago. And, we're waiting on Jokic here. We're waiting on Jokic. And honestly, I mean, come on. This New Orleans team is going to be a lot better, a lot more interesting as soon as they get Brandon Ingram, Zion back. They got Najee Marshall as well as being questionable, so he might not play in this game. I could only go with the Nuggets here, but this is such a toss-up. I think the line is very sharp. I think this is such a toss-up. It's kind of hard for me to go against that. Shout out to Mike M, because if I was to bet the Nuggets, I'm thinking first quarter off top, especially with Jokic in there. So he says 5-0 in the first quarter against New Orleans as favorites. Very interesting stat there. I just want to stay away from this game.
Yeah,
I just want to stay away from this game. I feel like there's a little bit more edges for the rest of the card, and this game being that it's a lot of NBA trickery with the lineups and things of that nature. I'm just going to stay away and just try to watch it and observe and see what's going on for the standings for the division here.
Yeah. I was thinking about the under, and I haven't really heard anyone or seen anyone say anything that pushes me off the under. What do you think about that?
That's an interesting game. That's interesting as well. I think for both of these teams, they've been playing towards the under, right? So I know the Pelicans have a 11th ranked opposing points per game, allowing 114 points, and that far as Denver, they've been doing a little bit better at rank 6, 111. And this is a high total at 230. No Jokic for sure. I love this under, actually. You know what I'm saying? No Jokic for sure, because it's going to be more of a defensive type game. Jokic doesn't play crazy defense, so you're going to slide somebody in there that's going to play a little bit more defense. Shout out to Bruce Chad, though, man. Bruce Chad, bro, has been here forever, man. We got to give love to the OGs. And Bruce is definitely one of those OGs. Shout out to Bruce. I'm sorry I broke down.
No, go ahead. Shout out to Bruce Shad.
That's my boy right there. I appreciate you, my boy. But yeah, man, I can only go under here. I think you're right. I think you might be right on that. But again, not knowing if Jokic is going to play is going to affect that total. So I got to wait to him before I endorse that. But I'm leaning that way if he's out for sure.
If Anonymous says if Joker plays and the line stays at -1, stay away from the Nugs. Yeah, but I'm assuming that this line here is assuming that he's going to be out, right?
Yeah, but
no.
Man, I've seen some wild shit this year.
Yeah,
I've seen some wild shit this year, so I wouldn't be able to call it, but I would hope so. I would say that. I would hope so.
All right. I'm gonna take a shot with the under. If it loses, it loses. I'm gonna take 230 minus 104. That's the current line at Pinnacle. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Anonymous says his props are up right now.
That's a good tell though that he may play. That is a good tell. But I've seen that happen.
Yeah. But okay.
They're not scared of having his action out there, so that's kind of telling too.
I'm gonna take the under shot with it. If it loses, that's all right. Whatever. All right, let's move on. Washington, Dallas. Washington 2 straight big margins, straight up in ATS wins. Before that, slumping for about 7 games or so. And Dallas just not a good scene. 2-6 straight up last 8 and 8 2-6 ATS in those games as well. Washington a big dog here. I really don't have anything on this one as of right now. What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of don't have anything either, but the thing that does kind of stand out to me is that this game is priced as the Washington Wizards are going to fall down and lay up, and I kind of don't agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of don't agree with them falling down and just laying up because they actually been playing pretty well, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double back and just to make sure I'm not speaking out my ass here, because for the most part, I thought they have been playing really well early in the game. So yeah, they have the 10th rating net rating in the first half over the last 5 games. Dallas actually have been playing pretty poorly in the first half. They have the net rating of 20th ranked in the first half. So if I was to go in here, it's kind of giving me an early spot. I'm kind of going against my boy Sammy too, so I don't like that. Sammy's a sharp guy, but I'm thinking that maybe the Wizards early is the way to go. If I had to play any type of side here, it's going to be the Wizards early. As far as the total, though, I can only go over, man. I know that both of these teams haven't been playing at a crazy high pace or anything. I think Dallas is 29th in pace in the first half, 24th in pace for the Wizards. Both of them been playing towards the under early on in the first half recently. I think that the defense is just going to be a little bit lax here for both teams, so they may be able to get over the first half total. But if I had to play anything, it's going to be the Wizards first half, and that's probably it. But I do like Kuzma too. I do like Kuzma in this game. I think the matchup is well for him as well. I think he plays pretty well. Shout out to our guy Ski. He likes the Dinwiddie over 18 and a half points. I believe that's the over 18 and a half points. So I can't be mad at that, but I don't have anything too much in this game. If I had to, it's going to be the Wizards early. And I do like Dinwiddie. That's a petty play because he used to play for the Wizards. That's a petty play, though. I like those petty plays when you go against your old team. That makes sense, though, actually. I like the petty plays there.
Yeah, no, me too. Absolutely. I mean, when I saw this, I thought, what, the 7.5, that seems very odd, but I'm not good enough at NBA at all to pull the trigger on a line that seems odd to me. Maximilian says Dallas won't cover that 7. BJ says might be a Dallas spot. I don't know about the 7 though. And my first thought was over as well, but I think I'm just going to pass on this one. According to the site, we look at teeny line value on Dallas as of right now, despite the fact that the bigger bets are all coming in on Washington. Teeny line value on Dallas, which is interesting and weird, and the majority of the bets on the over as well. So if you gave me a free play on this one, Trotweb, I would take the over, but I'm going to pass on it officially.
I'm right there with you. It's going to be correlated with the Washington Wizards too, so I'll probably be on the first half Washington Wizards if we had a free play there.
Yeah.
Nothing official for sure.
All right, let's move on. Charlotte and Phoenix. Charlotte on a back-to-back beatdown at Utah last game. They won the first 2 games of their trip before that. Before that, though, of course, had been losing game in and game out, mostly straight up and ATS. And now Phoenix, on a 3-0 straight up and ATS on their current homestand. Not bad. Is Charlotte going to come to play here? Phoenix giving a bunch of points.
Yeah, you got news that DeAndre Ayton, the layup master, the no dunk Don, DeAndre Ayton is going to be out today. I'm not worried about that. I'd rather not bet on this motherfucker, to be honest with you. The fact that he's out is actually a plus for me. Obviously, he's a great talent. You want him against this Hornets team. They don't have nobody down there that's going to be able to stop him. Questionable for LaMelo. He did miss last game, so maybe he plays today. I just think that, like you said, they've been losing very badly. The Hornets, we know They're at the end of the timeouts. 1, 2, 3. Victor Wembanyama. You know, they're ready for the tank here, and I think it's going to continue. And in the first half, they continue to be terrible. In the first half, dead last net rating over the last 5 games. Haven't been able to cover as well. 1-4 ATS over the last 5 games. This team in the Phoenix Suns, they're ranked 6th in net rating in the first half, and they have been covering 4-1 ATS. Very similar cap to the last game, and where I cashed the Utah Jazz as the best bet on the Pub. Very similar cap. I'm going to go right back to the well and fading the Hornets early. We're taking the Suns -3.5. That's the official play for me. Not really sure if I want to make it my best bet because I love Vucevic so much and I like the Darius Garland look. But I think that this is definitely equivalent. All of them bet the same. I think that the Suns come out early without the layup king, the layup Don, the no dunk Don. Without him or not, it's going over. They're going to cover this 3.5 in the first half. So I like the Suns to come out, take it serious there. Shout out to AOD. Back with this motherfucker. No, sir. Get to the money, man. It's the Suns first half -3.5, -110.
All right. As of right now, a very tiny amount of line value on Charlotte. That's full game, and that's only as of right now. Of course, that could switch according to the site we look at. About 25% of the tickets and 75% of the cash on Charlotte. But once again, that's just right now, and that's full game as well. Looks like about 50-50 as far as the as far as the total is concerned. It's about 50-50 as far as the tickets are concerned. Maybe some bigger bets coming in on the under. What do you think about the under, Trotwam?
Very interesting. I think over.
Yeah.
I think of the Hornets. I can't even think of an under, especially with a total that's not 230. I can only think it's all about LaMelo too, because LaMelo comes back. Obviously, the pace goes up. So if LaMelo comes back, you know it's going to be an over for me. But until he's announced in or out, I don't think that the Hornets are going to be able to score, though. So a lot of my handicapping here is just based off of what the defense that you're going to get from the Phoenix Suns. They've been one of the better defense early on, and then the offense has been terrible for the it hasn't been as good, I would say, for the Hornets. But obviously that makes a difference once LaMelo is in the lineup. So that's the only thing that's going to stop me from taking any total here. But if he's out, it's going to be an under for me. If he's in, it's probably towards the over, especially with the total being at 227. But honestly, the total being at 227 shows that he may not play.
Yeah. Maximilian says Suns first quarter spread, easy money. Anonymous says under would be my look. Lucas Ryan, I think the smash and grab over. And Mike M, with 99% of the cash on the under, I'll ride the over.
Yeah, I understand that too.
All right. I was going to put because when a total is that low, why would they be doing that?
It has to be he's out, you know?
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. So
maybe that's not like sharp guys knowing something you don't know. It's just a reaction to injury news that might ultimately not matter when it comes to the total.
Hey, settle down, ALD. Back revenge game. Go settle down, bro. It's fucking big.
All right, I'm gonna. Yeah, Coin could buy a low spot on the Phoenix over 227. Yeah, I mean, and who knows where this total will close. All right, I'll stay off on that one. Last game on the card, Clippers-Lakers. Lakers a home dog here. Clippers off 2 nice wins, but before that, really slumping. Lakers covered 4 of 5 now. Trotwam, take it away. You know every angle, every possible nook and cranny of this game. What's your bet here?
Man, we haven't beat the Clippers. We haven't beat the Clippers since March 8th, 2020. No, I'm sorry. The July in the bubble, if you want to count the bubble, in July 30th. That's terrible, man. 9 straight losses against this Clipper team. And we're going up against them when they have all their guys back now. Like, they haven't had all their guys throughout this 9-game winning streak they had on us. Now they got all their guys back. We still don't have AD. He's probably coming back within the next few games or so. So he's coming back. They didn't make a splash in a trade with Rui Hachimura. I'm not a big fan of Rui. I don't think he does fit the need for a wing. He's not going to be playing this game, so we don't really have to talk about him too much today. Lakers did cover on February 3rd last year. If I'm not mistaken, I want to say that was one of the close games where we had to win, and I think Westbrook allowed Reggie Jackson to get the last game-winning shot, or he just blew defense or some shit like that. Today, it's going to be a tough game, though. I don't think that the Clippers are going to just mollywop us here. It's going to be a tough game. I will say this, too. If I am thinking Lakers, if you're anybody out there thinking Lakers, take them in the first half. Take them in the first half. The Clippers are 0-5 the last 5 games in the first half. They have been trending in that terrible direction there. The Lakers, they may be up for this game. They may be able to cover the first half. If I'm thinking anything Lakers, it has to be first half here. But that's the only thing I could think here, man. I don't want to bet a dime on this game pregame. I want to bet this game live. And the reason why is because you're going to see the difference in the tone on who's taking this game serious. The Lakers need to take this game serious. The reason why they're so bad in the standings is because they can't win games in the division. Last game against the Kings, they were able to hold it down and win the game. I'm sorry. They were able to win the last game against the Kings. They're 1-8 in the division. This is another divisional opponent. Another reason why I don't like the Rui Hachimura trades, because he's a wing. Can he guard any wings in our division? No, he can't. So it's not going to really help us here. But again, that's nothing to do with today. I just think the Lakers are going to find themselves trouble in this game. I think Kawhi Chair holds it down, continues to get 30 points. You may even see Paul George have a better game here. He's been trapped. A lot of people have been trapping him last few games. They've been trying to get the ball out of his hands. So that being said, I think the Lakers aren't going to come with that type of same defense, and I think the Clippers are going to be able to hold it down. Cover the 5, I don't think they're going to cover though. So if I had to have a free play here, I'm just going to tell you guys, take the Lakers in the first half. Hold your nose though, because it may be relying on some of LeBron threes. We don't want to be on that side of things there. But also, let's talk about Westbrook here, because this is definitely one of the props that I've been cashing on secretly. I haven't been telling anyone. I know everybody thinks I'm a Westbrook apologist. I'm a Westbrook attorneys, and my friends say. But he's been going crazy over the 3-point prop, and it's only been set at 1.5. He's been going over that very easily over the last 6 games. He's averaged 33% from 3, 4.5 attempts. He's went over that 4 of those last 5 games. So I think that Westbrook can possibly get the 3-point prop today. But again, it's nothing I officially made plays on. I'm thinking about hitting a live spot here with the Lakers. That's it. But I'm torn, bro. And shout out to MMA Locker Room. I know he want to hear what the hell he talking about. He's want to hear his kids. They sound better than him talking right now. Hey, it is what it is. My son having fun right now. He probably is telling me to back with this game.
Well, let's look at the money as of right now. Everything's coming in on the Lakers, but actually a teeny thumbnail of a fingernail sliver of value on the Clippers, according to the site we look at. But 45% of the tickets, 95% of the cash on the Lakers. And everything's coming in on the under as of right now. Troutway, one of the many reasons I've been such an awful NBA handicapper over the past 10 years or so is because I've been too eager to take unders as the league scoring has just gone up and up and up and up. What do you think about an under here? 230? No? Maybe?
Yeah, this is going to be a playoff style game regardless. I think the Lakers got to take this game serious. They've been terrible at the division, and the Clippers just really take these Lakers games serious. I mean, honestly, as long as they don't have to win the championship, as long as they beat us, they're still going to walk around LA proud with their hands up high. So they're taking this game serious as much as we are. It's going to be a tough game. The Lakers don't play any defense, though, so that's the problem. Right. They have the offense, so that's the reason why I like the Lakers early. Clippers play towards the under, so if you like the Clippers, you're going to think towards the under. But since I kind of am leaning towards the Lakers, I probably have to say over here because I expect them to play, to the possible higher 60s, mid 60s in the first half. So that's going to go over this total for sure.
And Lakers have gone under in 6 of their last 7 games, but that's because, totals have been in the upper 230s or 240s. Now you got a 230. How can I want to take an under so bad, but how can I take an under 230 in a Lakers game like this, right? I mean,
it's tough, man. It's tough.
Gosh. All right, I'm going to hold off on that one, even though I really want to do it. I'm going to hold off on the under. Let's see what the comment section has to say. Lucas Ryan, his lady gave him the go-ahead for Pubapalooza. Hell yeah. Very nice, very nice. Maximilian says Clippers better defensive team. All right. I guess since I'm not seeing any comments on the total, I guess I'll just stay off the total for now. Really want to take it under, though, Trotwam.
I understand.
Okay, all right. Let's just wrap it up. Okay, let me just look at the okay. Yeah, nothing really of note. All right, Trotwam. You got a lot of very interesting takes on all these games. I just got 3 official plays as of right now. Bulls Pacers under 234.5 minus 108. Celtics first quarter +1 minus 104. And Denver Pels under 230 minus 104. Trotwam, review your official plays and anything else you want to add on to your take on today's card.
Yeah, officially, I'm on the Suns first half minus 3.5. We're fading the bottom dead last net rating Hornets in the first half. We're going over Vucevic rebounds and assists 15.5 at minus 150. Also going to the well with Darius Garland double at plus 310, and then also the over 7.5 assists for Darius Garland at plus 105. So those official plays. I think I am going to be on that Bulls with you in some sort of fashion there. But other than that, that's official plays for me, man.
And, of course, Ski Prophet dropped in the comments section. Dinwiddie points 18.5. I assume he meant over, right?
I think he did say over. I think he said over. I'll look back at our chat because he told
the comment just says 18.5. But I assume he meant over.
He told me earlier that it was over.
Right.
Yeah, it's an over. It's an over play for that 18.5 points. Yeah,
he drops that in there like that, quiet.
He also likes that Vucevic with me. He also likes that Vucevic with me. So, Big Vuce been cashing this. So, that's probably going to be the best bet today.
All right. We did it. Trotwam, remind everyone what you do every week here at Pub Sports Radio and other places.
Yeah, man. Mondays, you catch me here on Pub Sports, NBA Pub Hub. Also, I'll be here every Tuesday with the legend, Loshak. And, man, catch me on Who Bangin' Sports Talk. Today we have a betcast with the Lakers-Clippers game. I'm not really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm going to try to tune in unless I'm asleep or depressed or doing something else. Trotwam, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again next Tuesday.
He said bye.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, okay. It is. I'm looking at these friggin' NBA lines. It's so stressful. All right, we can very, very, very quickly touch on college hoops. If anyone has any college hoops opinions or questions, drop them in the comment section. I'll tell you a few things I did. Right. Let me see. Let me get all my friggin' notes. So many friggin' notes here. Jose Bouquett.
What'd you do?
I took Georgetown. Little bit on +2, little bit on the money line, little bit on first half +1, little bit on the first half money line. If they're down at the half or if it's tied at the half and the stats are okay, I'll probably take Georgetown second half. I did take a shot with Georgetown as a small dog against DePaul. I did do that. On the overnight line, I took NC State. I got it at 8 though. Against Notre Dame. Notre Dame is very, very fadeable right now in general. And I took NC State at -8. I'm not sure what the line is right now. Let's just quickly glance at the lines. But I did take NC State. And again, I'm no college basketball savant at the moment, but I do believe in general that the things that I mentioned in this show are worth mentioning and more likely than not have a little bit of line value at least. Let me see. NC State. Oh, wow. 7.5 now. NC State down to 7.5. That's not good, Jose Bouquett. I took it at 8. Another play I did take was Bowling Green. I got it at 1.5. Now it's up to 2.5. And I would take it at 2.5 as well. I'll put a little bit on the first half as well on that one. And maybe if they're down at the half, double up at halftime on Bowling Green. But I kind of like Bowling Green, and I would endorse that. Yeah, Georgetown right now is +2. I'd endorse that. Bowling Green right now is -2.5. I would endorse that, although if it creeps up, maybe not. Let me see. What else did I take to refresh my memory here? Yeah, Bowling Green, Georgetown. Those were the two ones that I like. Oh, and I also took a little bit with Missouri Ole Miss under and a little bit more so on the first half under. I got 68 minus 115 on the first half under in that game. Let's see what it is right now. Where is it? Missouri, Ole Miss. Yeah, 67.5. I'd endorse that. Missouri, Ole Miss under 67.5 first half. And probably a shot with the full game under as well at 143.5. I bet that. That's a play that I think is okay. Let's quickly glance at the comments section. Let's see. Coin says Georgetown first half bets been moneymakers. Yes. Let's see. Coin says San Jose State. I passed on that one. Don't know if I have an opinion on that one yet. Jose Bouquett, you doing all right there?
No, I'm fine. Yeah, the gas report. I almost called him the gas station report. He's asking about my hair. No, it's still the same. Still the kid in play, just unkempt and longer as the days.
Okay.
But Pete, no, I'm too wrapped up about you coming to Pubapalooza.
Yeah,
he wants you to go. He's asking. You said you were. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I'll tell you what. I'm going to look at all the clothes I have, and I'm just going to take whatever the coolest clothes I possibly have right now. I'm going to take them all. I'm going to be peacocking at the Pubapalooza. I'm going to be flashing the best threads I have. I don't know what, over the years I've collected a little bit of nice clothing here and there, and I'm just going to put together the best ensembles I possibly can, and I'm going to fucking peacock every second at Pubapalooza.
I have a request from you.
Okay.
Could I get an Elmex hat? Could you make that happen?
I could look. Yes, I could look into it. Yes, this is the only one I personally have. I'm assuming that New York is a wacky place. I think I could look into it. Yeah, and I'd like to have a replacement one for myself if I just in case. Yeah, I'll see if I can buy a couple from them, or maybe.
So you never know. You're advertising from. You're going to a different state.
Yeah, I will definitely look into that. All right, so I mean, there's a bunch of other things that I did bet Davidson at -4. Now it's up to 5.5. That's getting a little bit up there, but I don't know if I'd recommend that officially at the current line. And NC State, that's not a good sign that it went down. I bet it at 8. It went up, and now it's back down to 7.5. So that's not good. But at the current lines, I would definitely endorse Bowling Green, Georgetown, and I would definitely endorse Missouri, Ole Miss under and the first half under as well at 67.5. Let's just keep it light, keep it there. Robert Franklin on DePaul money line. That's not great. Missouri money line. That's okay. I'm just on the under on that one. And I think, wow, that's not okay. DePaul money line. Yeah, I mean, who knows? I also have Georgetown first half, like I said. So if they lose the first half, I'll probably be on Georgetown second half, as I was on Duke last night. I don't know if you caught that, Jose Bouquett, on Twitter. But I did post Duke second half money line last night.
Okay, I was on
one of my favorite guys. Yeah, and Virginia Tech. It was that guy Dave Portnoy. Loved Virginia Tech, which I didn't necessarily disagree with, but I was all over Duke on the second half. And Robert Franklin likes K-State. I think I bet they're playing Iowa State, right? I think I bet. Yeah, where's the K-State? I bet Iowa State. That might have been a mistake. I might pull that. I might pull that and take K-State. And also Oklahoma against TCU might be a decent bet as well. I also bet Wyoming. That might have been a mistake. But the other plays, Oklahoma. I'll probably wind up being on Oklahoma first half and full game as well. You're probably right that Kansas State is the play. And but as of right now, I'm on Georgetown, Bowling Green, and the under in the Missouri game. And oh boy.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be a good night for you, Pete. I can feel it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Sounds good. Well, it was a very nice show. We had a lot of fun as usual. A lot of people said a lot of things that I think are fairly actionable and interesting, and it was a great show, Jose Bouquett, right?
I agree. I'm gonna start telling people. Well, I'm gonna start telling everyone that I know that Peter Loshak is coming to Pubapalooza.
Probably, maybe. Almost definitely, unless something comes up. You never know what the hell is going to come up. You know what I mean?
It's absolutely going to happen. So, Lucas Ryan, you got your girl to say you can come. Now you booked that ticket because Peter Loshak's coming as well. And Nasty Nate, you heard it. Pete, 98% sure he's coming. So I will be telling all my friends, Peter's coming, guys. Peter's coming. And then
Yeah, it should be fun. It should be a lot of fun. The poker tournament is what I'm most looking forward to. I enjoy poker as a social event, not necessarily online. But
are we going to see Phil Hellmuth there?
Maybe. Yeah, I'm going to have to work. I got so many things I got to work on. Yeah, so many expectations people have. Yeah, I hear you. My favorite poker player, though, is Garrett Adelstein. You know that guy?
No,
I'm working on an impression of him. He's like, I don't know what you have. You have it? You had it? No, you can show. Yeah, I love Garrett Adelstein. He's great. I love him.
Beautiful.
So,
it's going to be a fun couple of months then, Pete. I can't wait to see you next week.
I have no idea what you have. I love him. All right, Jose Bouquett. That's it. We'll see y'all next Tuesday.